Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Lift your voice and shout favor. It surrounds me like a shield. It will cover me from now. Shout it louder, favor. It surrounds me like a shield. It will cover me from now until the day I see my King. The next one. It's surrounding from within. It is moving me from now until the day I see my better power. It's surrounding from within. It is moving me from now. Are you sure? One more time, power. It's surrounding from within. It is moving me from now. Until the day I see my King. Fire, 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 fire. It is burning like a storm. It is driving me from now. It is driving me from now. Until the day. Shout fire. It is burning like a storm. And it is driving me from now.
This is Citi.
One more time, fire. The next one now. Angels, they are all around me now, and they are following me from now to the day I see my King. Angels, they are all around me now. They are following me from now to the day I see my King. See what you are saying. You are surrounded, angels. They are all around me now. They are following me from now. They are following me from now. They are following you.
31 after 6, Monday morning, the first day of a brand new month on a Monday, September 1, 2025. Thus far, the Lord has brought us, and we are entering the month on a high note of favor and mercy. Favor and mercy. Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome to September. It's the month of completion. It's the month of rest. It's the month of harvest. And all that concerns us will be perfected. Every door we've been knocking on since January will be opened. And every prayer we've been lifting up will be answered. And all our labor, all our toil will be crowned with great harvest. Welcome to the new month. Lawrence Oyo, he calls this one favor. My name is Caleb Kuda, and this is 97.3 Citi FM. Welcome to the show, the Citi Breakfast Show. We do this together with you and a team of dynamic people who have this nation at heart. So welcome again. We'd like to start the day with some thoughts to charge your day and set your week in motion. On the issue of favor, many love to think of it as unmerited gain, unmerited access, Now think about what David said when he says, "Is there anyone left in the household of Saul who for Jonathan's sake I may show kindness?" Is there anyone left in the household of Saul who for Jonathan's sake I may show kindness? Now that favor or kindness Mephibosheth enjoyed. Mephibosheth is the man who eventually was seen in the household of Saul as a result of Jonathan's kindness. Now Mephibosheth enjoyed that as a result of Jonathan's sacrifice and service in friendship. So let someone benefit from your dedicated track record of excellence and sacrifice and diligence. So many who are associated with you will gain uncommon advantage, because it is assumed that by sheer association with you, your discipline, your attention to detail, your honesty, and your hard work will be manifested in the affairs of the one who is benefiting from the association with you. It comes with sacrifice. So favor will be that uncommon advantage people have as a result of you and they associating with you. Let that be your mantra for the rest of the month. Welcome to the brand new month. We call that Business Sense, brought to you by Access Bank. Faketu Abeji Kesia promo. It's in full swing. We've run 2 mini draws and the first mega draw have already taken place. 53 lucky customers have won their share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing prices like Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon Prime subscriptions. Now it's your turn to win big. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Boost your deposit to 500 Ghana cedis if you have a solo account. Spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with your Visa Access Visa card and a chance in the next draw. Richard Delaska is in the city already, pumped up from the new week and the new month. Listen, the more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. Join the Faketu Abeji Kesia promo. It's running from, when we started till the end of this month. So get in touch, 0800 004400 for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. Now, as we have entered a new month, it is only appropriate that you say a prayer in the holy language to usher us into the house of divinity. You see what I'm saying? All above you. Richard the last guy.
Yes, Christ don't put
Yes. We are getting close to the end of the year.
Yes, because Bill September, Malo.
Richard the last guy, girlfriend Akoto Boating, Akoto Boafo. It was a slip of tongue.
You enjoyed the weekend too much.
Obake.
Obake has been teaching me, so I spent the whole weekend practicing.
Obake to the new month.
Thank you.
Yes, and God will protect it.
The years run fast, eh?
Pretty much.
Yes.
We like it. We like it.
Was it January 2 days ago?
We like that
situation is coming.
This Ghana is around the corner.
Yes,
that's right.
We are going to Ghana as well.
Absolutely. This very weekend.
Yes, this is when it's happening.
Yeah, so 6th to 7th September.
Yes.
It's happening live and living color.
Have they brought the money?
They have to.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, there are those who have fulfilled all obligations.
Yes.
Their name date, the register inside.
Congratulations.
But there are those who are threatening that if the people won't come, they will come and occupy the position. So you there continue to stay there, don't pay. If you don't pay by close of today, I can't guarantee you anything. So please, you have to do the needful. It is very, very important.
I love it.
Let's try and finish everything so that we know that we have fully promoted Ghana, and we have put Ghana on the map. So yes, we'll be expecting you to do the needful.
Yes.
And the numbers to call are what?
0205 973 973.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
man.
Make
That's
sure
how you
that
confirm your participation.
Yes. You're going to help for anemia. Yes, the Chronicle. Before I do that, though,
yes.
Look, the security situation in the country is troubling me, and I am hoping that now that the president has come back from Singapore and Japan, of course, he would have picked up a few ideas as to how things are done there, and he'll get a handle over the situation, because it is completely unacceptable that routine, what do you call it, celebrations like the Homo festivities. Of course, we know that in the past there have always been troubles around these things, but the number of people who are dying as a result of this is completely unacceptable.
Very unfortunate.
In the president's own backyard, in the Bole area, Sola, Tuna, Kalba area, there we're seeing troubles there. Of course, he's given some directives that the situation be dealt with. But if you add all the things that are happening around the country, including the deaths on our roads, it is not looking pretty. And the security establishment has got to get up off their backsides and get to work, because this is not how to do it. If we continue like this, we might have big problems on our hands. Of course, you have the politicians talking irresponsibly in Akwetia. The police say that they are going to get, around the situation and ensure that we work out that by-election peacefully. But I am not convinced, I'm not persuaded, given the irresponsibility we're seeing from the two sides of the political divide. We cannot run the country like that. Something has got to be happening. Of course, we do know that the president has lost his defense minister, tragic development. We hope that, a replacement will be named quickly, so that the Honorable Ato Forson's attention will not be divided over the economy and then also the defense sector. Things are happening in a troubling way, and I hope that something will change quickly. Anyway, the Chronicle says this morning, end of adventurous journey. Edward Nuruddin Kobina Ebokwansa says goodbye to the pen. So Ebokwansa, who used to edit the Chronicle, has been buried. Also, Kofi Amaboa rise to the Attorney General for formal revocation of LI 2462. That is a great news. We hope that it materializes. And IGP's Galamsey Task Force still in operation.
Front page of the Herald newspaper this morning, Mahama bans officials from junketing to New York without clearance, threatens strict sanctions. Akwetia to choose between lawyer and his Galamsey client tomorrow. Oh, chronism, private profit motive, and politics want 97 million Ghana Citi NSS tech killed.
Let me take you to the news center. The big story says Margins builds global model by pioneering Ghana card into world-class identity system. This is coming in from the NIA board chair. Also on the front page this morning, I offer leadership built on values. Dr. Baumia is talking on the front page, and what I'm talking about, 5 dead in violent clashes at Teshie and Soutum Homo War festivals.
The front page of the Inquisitor newspaper this morning, the president's ordered for everybody to stay home unless you have business in New York. Like, they realize that people want to go to the New York. CID boss makes history at Africa Interpol Committee is also on the front page of the paper.
Let me take you to the Informer, which is looking pink this morning. And the Kankam, what's happening? So if you go to the front page, that Kwitia by-election, military won't be deployed. The police are assuring the Ghanaian people. Comes with a photograph of the IGP, Christian Tete Yohonu. Also on the front page this morning, MPP standard bearer race. Iwuku Apenyo marking call for decent campaign. And we're told GCB, or it's actually GBC, GBC, not GCB, GBC boils as workers accuse DG of malpractices, neglect of staff, welfare and related matters. He's fired back, saying that the people don't know what they are talking about.
Say they don't want to work, but they want to earn money.
Front page of the Daily Guide, they are doing a who is who on the front page of the paper. Who leads MPP? Race for flag bearer begins, and all the candidates are here. The Soutum Homo shooting. There's a photo of the young man who's one of the victims, allegedly a chief's son, Ningi Abu Kwashibu, on the front page of the paper. And in Binyeri, conflict death toll rises to 18.
Yeah, that's right. That's in the Savannah area, right?
Yeah.
If you go to the new publisher, Gan Manche speaks. So he's the Niga. In Accra, we say O Bake calls for respect for Gan people as custodians of the national capital. Also on the front page this morning, 6 killed over Homo quickly sprinkling. And COP Lydia Donko joins Interpol Africa Committee.
Finally, from me, the front page of the BNFT, BOG puts digital credit services under regulation to boost financial inclusion, and 9 million Ghana cedis paid daily in insurance list. Hey, Bernard Avle, the man has some podcast. Hey, Hey, he's on the front page of the BNFT. He'll come and meet us here.
Let me take you now to the Economy Times. BOG announces intention to license, regulate digital credit services. So, crypto and all those matters have been calling for. Something is happening in that space. And Africa's energy stakeholders urge to act decisively for the future as $500 billion or dollars is needed to close energy poverty gap. I must say that I don't have the Ghanaian Times this morning. So, Ghanaian Times, please, I don't know what's going on. Make it available.
All right. So, let me take you to citynewsroom.com quickly. Sulphur Line Terminal Sanitation Crisis. Passengers demand action. It has some troubling photographs of the insanitary situation of the bus terminal. On Akwetia by-election, MPP raises alarm over infiltration by fake police officers. As you know, about 5,500 police officers are there. The police say they are there for the people. Now, the police is investigating the deadly clashes at the Omo Festival in Soweto and Anya. On state-owned enterprises, revenue hits 1,337 billion Ghana cedis despite mounting losses, according to a report. Atuforsen says expensive loans driving up Africa's debt servicing cost. The IGP is engaging special operations team in Damongo and reaffirming peace in Bole. The fight against Galamsey is on. Revocation of LI 2462 is a positive step. This is the media coalition speaking. And no fee stress. Nursing trainee admission fees slashed by 50%. And then if you go to, let me just bring in Channel 1 News very quickly, forgive me. Right, so yeah, Channel 1 News Online.com. It says Omaha police probe deadly clash in Soweto and Anya. Akwetia by-election. NDC's Bediako snobbish, disrespectful. This is the NPP. Still on that, we won't recognize max police officers. This is the NPP warning. And then government must walk the talk on LI 2462 appeal. Repeal. This is Arocha Ghana speaking. 3 killed, 4 injured as violence rocks Omaha celebration at Soweto and Anya. We brought you these earlier. 99 double track SHS restored to single track. Stored blocks revisited. If you go to My Joy online, people carrying over $1 million out of Ghana without declaring. This is the BOG governor revealing. And 12 aspirants cleared for Tamale Central NDC primary on September the 6th. If you go to My Joy, this is High Street Journal. Ghana's open secret: how dirty money is buying our houses and lands. And finally, Africa's largest refugee hosting country is facing backlash over U.S. migrant deals.
Okay, so let's take off this morning. I'm taking you to the Homo related stories. If you go to page 2 of the news publisher, the story there says 6 killed over Homo quickly, and the story is by Chlochi Mawena Jessica. I don't know why they've decided to use the surname first. But the story says 6 persons have been killed in 2 separate communities during chieftaincy rivalry fights that broke out over the sprinkling of the traditional food, quickly, of the Ghan people during the celebration of the annual Homo Festival this year. Now, the Ghana Police Service confirms that 3 persons, Abu Bakar Ramadan Saba, Elias Ni Kwashibu, Theophilus Ni Amu Kwajan, and Joseph Shaibu Dodu, lost their lives in the violence that erupted during the climax of the annual Homo Festival at Anya and Swotum on Saturday, the 30th day of August 2025. Now, in the same Anya and Swotum area, the police have confirmed that 4 others sustained various degrees of injuries and had to be rushed to various medical facilities, including the Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the Ridge Hospital here in Accra, for medical attention. Now, the Teshie Police District Commander, Chief Superintendent Vincent Adote, has told the media that 3 persons have been confirmed dead and several others injured after a violent clash during the sprinkling of quickly to mark the 2025 formal celebrations in Teshie alone. Now, Chief Superintendent Vincent Adote said the 3 killed were identified as Eddie Blessing, who we are told is 30 years old, Patrick Mate Fiu, who is 27, and Christopher Osekre Ajete, 29. Now, all 3 were killed in battle when two rival factions
Battle.
clashed. Yes, I don't know, the choice of words is some way. The two rival factions clashed at the chief's palace in Lenshi, near the Manjano shrine. When two rival factions clashed last Tuesday afternoon, when the paramount chief of the area, Be Cholo Ni Akonfra III, and his entourage were returning to
now the police
palace.
makers understand that they've commenced investigations into these violent clashes. The Accra Regional Police Command has also deployed additional personnel to restore calm and maintain law and order in the affected areas. They say intelligence-led operations are underway to identify and arrest all those involved in the violence, and the command is strongly cautioning traditional leaders, elders and their supporters to adhere strictly to agreed security arrangements and avoid acts that jeopardize public peace.
Let me stay with the theme here, and on page 6 of Daily Guide, Mahama steps up Sola Bole peace talks, engages Yabongura. The president has taken steps to restore peace in the Sola Bole area of the Savannah region following renewed clashes between the Gonja and Brifo communities in the area. The president received a briefing from the National Security Coordinator and the Minister for the Interior and Development upon his return from a state visit to Singapore. A high-level government delegation led by the Minister for the Interior landed in Damongo yesterday and held a closed-door meeting with the overlord of Gonja, Yabongwera B. Kunoto Jewu Swale I, as directed by the president. The delegation that went there included the Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, Inspector General of Police Christian Tete Yohunu, Director General of Prisons Patience Bafuboni, Comptroller General of Immigration Samuel Amadou Basintale, and Chief of Army Staff Major General Lawrence Kweku Betano. Basically, the entire leadership of all the security services were currently in the area to make sure nothing happens. And in Binyeri, it has emerged that the conflict in the Savannah region, death toll has risen to 18. This is coming from Mr. Mahama Zakaria, the Savannah Regional Director of NATMO.
This is really troubling, and I don't know why we are firefighting. Why are the police and the national security people not reading the situation ahead of time? That's a very critical question. If the president has to fire people, let people be fired, because you don't put people in office and the job they are supposed to do to protect all of us, they are not doing it. If they don't deserve to be there, fire them. And you know, we should keep firing until we bring some order into the space, because security is the beginning, or law and order, the beginning of everything else you can talk about.
Now,
meanwhile, I want to take you to Akwitia.
Please do.
Okay. If you go to the Informer, we're told that the military will not be deployed during the by-elections until it becomes absolutely necessary. The Informer has that story on page 3 of the newspaper. Says that the Ghana Police Service has assured the Ghanaian public that the military will not be deployed in tomorrow's by-election in Akwitia unless it becomes necessary. Now, the Director General of Operations, Commissioner of Police Vance Baba Gariba, who revealed this, assured the public of maximum security and urged voters to come out in their numbers and exercise their franchise. There's a quote here attributed to him: the military will only be on standby as and when we need them, then we will deploy them. Now, this is, maybe assuring, right? Or reassuring, what's the word? But the fact is, the two sides of the political divide have been saying all kinds of very, irresponsible things. I've heard violence begets violence. Somebody is also saying, all kinds of very irresponsible things are being said. And I hope that if people misbehave tomorrow, they'll be brought to order, and that the police will put their foot down to ensure that anybody who will be causing trouble will be picked up and dealt with according to the law. Sharp.
Now, on the Galamsey fight, Godfred, revocation of LI 2462 is a positive step. This is the Media Coalition. The Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining has commended the Minister of Environment for initiating steps to revoke the legislative instrument 2462, which permits mining in forest reserves. On August 29, 2025, the Acting Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Emmanuel Lama Kofi-Boa, wrote to the Office of the Attorney General for the formal and immediate revocation of LI 2462 and its amended versions. Now, this decisive legislative action is a cornerstone of the government's enhanced strategy to combat the menace of illegal mining. Sky, does this have to go to Parliament again, or it takes effect right away?
You can't just revoke it, by word of mouth. It has to go to Parliament and, be dealt with accordingly. But I want to give you a related story, or you want to come in? If you go to page, one of the pages of the Chronicle, for some reason these pages don't become, So the story says Parliamentary Committee on Lands and Natural Resources engages GMC. And quickly, Erika Addo says the Parliamentary Select Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, with support from the Ghana Chamber of Mines, has paid a working visit to the Ghana Manganese Company at Usuta, Wasa in the Western region. Now, the engagement formed part of Parliament's oversight responsibilities and the Chamber's efforts to facilitate constructive dialogue between policymakers and the mining industry. Now, Mr. Sanja Nanja, who is the Vice Chair of the committee, said this visit was crucial in deepening Parliament's understanding of the sector.
Well, let me take you to page 4 of the Herald newspaper, where they report that the Mahama government has issued a stinging directive barring ministers, deputy state CEOs, political appointees, and civil servants from attending this year's United States General Assembly in New York without the explicit blessing of the Chief of Staff. In a hard-hitting statement from the Office of the President, the administration warned that any official who flouts this directive will face strict sanctions in accordance with the Code of Conduct. The order leaves no room for maneuver.
Okay. Now, 172 Ivorians flee to Ghana ahead of Cote d'Ivoire elections. 172 Ivorians have fled into Ghana over the past 2 weeks to seek asylum amid fears of unrest ahead of Cote d'Ivoire's presidential elections in October, reports say. Now, the asylum seekers are currently being accommodated at the Ampain refugee camp in the Elembele district of the Western region. So, our compatriots across the border running here ahead of fears of unrest.
Okay, quickly though, if you go back to the new publisher, there's a story that Niga in Accra, we say O Bake. Halifax and Sardo, reporting on page 3 of the newspaper, says His Royal Majesty the Gamanche Taki Teko Churi II has served notice that in Accra and among the Ghan people, for that matter, the correct expression for politely welcoming someone arriving from a journey is O Bake, rather than Akwaba, which is the Akan phrase used around the around many parts of the country, and never a Ghan language. Now, there's a quote here that says, "It is a pleasure to welcome you to Ghana, sir, and to Accra, the heartbeat of the nation. We say Bo Obake. We say Bo Obake. So instead of saying Akwaba, we are saying Obake. Obake."
Okay. Let me take you to the
Good morning to Vivian Kailoko.
to pages 8 and 9 of the daily
Man.
of the daily guide. Thousands of mourners thronged to the Independence Square on Saturday to mark the 1 week observance of the late high life icon Daddy Lumba. Originally slated for the University of Ghana Stadium, the ceremony was relocated due to a noise-making ban in the La Traditional area. The memorial was rich with emotion and music as mourners were treated to Daddy Lumba's evergreen hits. So the attendees included the former president, Danko Akufo-Addo, former vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Napo, among others, and then also Trigmatic.
Before you do that,
he's married again.
Oh, again, okay. That's congratulations.
Congratulations to Trig.
Very nice ceremony.
Nice one.
Let me tell you about Ebu Kwasa though. It's a huge Oboroko 3 that had fallen. The story is on page 3 of the Chronicle. Says Ghana's media fraternity, family and friends on Saturday gathered to bid a final farewell to veteran journalist Edward Nuruddin Kobina Ebu Kwanza, affectionately called Uncle Ebu, whose pen shaped the nation's democratic journey and mentored generations of journalists. Now, the service held at Ekumfi, Ekrafo in the Central Region drew an extraordinary gathering of political figures, journalists, personalities, and community leaders, which is a reflection of the deep impact he made across different spheres of national life. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace.
Amen. Now, we are told the 2025 school placement portal is expected to open today, September 1, 2025, for candidates who sat for this year's BEC. So if your ward sat, you should look forward to placement today. So yeah,
the results have been coming.
I
got some of the results of with the kids I sponsor. Hey, Charlie.
Are they
They
looking
do
good
well.
or bad?
They will blow that, eh?
Charlie.
They blow or they no blow. The way your face
No,
is not.
this-
Is everything alright?
There's no fear in this one.
Why are you? What are you
This
unhappy? Is
is the
everything
City
okay?
Breakfast Show.
There is
The
no
city's biggest conversation.
Is it a for?
Oh, the go-go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the go too small.
The go-go.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Neela Telate joins us with the news, City Business News, and is sponsored by Valex, EcoBank, and MTN. Valex is offering offices, schools, printing hubs, a very neat offer. Valex Lease Equip Limited, Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing services, says that for just 983 Ghana cedis a month, you can lease a reliable multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited with free paper included. That's not all. You will enjoy free toners and cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, plus nationwide coverage across all 16 nations. So switch to Valex Lease and keep your cash for what matters. If you're ready to upgrade also, visit valexlease.com. Call 0244 644048 0208 603312. Remember, customized payment options and packages are available. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. To all the boss ladies, go-getters, planners, do-it-all women building their businesses one bold step at a time, MTN sees you. They are cheering you every step of the way. They've created the MTN Ejumapa just for you. It's more than a bundle. It's a business bestie with special data and call bundles, so you can stay connected to all that matters to your hustle, your customers, your suppliers, and everything. And then there is also an insurance package for you, so you protect the business you've worked so hard to build. So dial star 5060 hash now, grab the Ejumapa bundle, and let's get to work together. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in business. And it's amazing, the world is evolving. AI is in vogue today. Tomorrow, who knows what's going to be up? EcoBank has been with us, evolving every turn of time. Over the 3 decades, EcoBank has pioneered a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for you. The mobile app, the EcoBank Pay, Express Points across the country. Just name it, and EcoBank has got it. So switch to EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News here on 97.3 City FM. This bulletin is brought to you by Valex, MTN, and EcoBank. Coming up, Ghana secures stable cocoa freight rate amid global shipping volatility. Also, Finance Minister warns of high-risk premiums on Africa's debt. Much later, Treasury faces weak demand as auction falls short by 50%. All these and more coming up in the next 10 minutes. It's a brand new week, and indeed also welcome to the month of September. I am Ni Lati. Details now. Ghana has struck a deal to maintain competitive freight rates for cocoa export in the 2025-2026 crop season, a move expected to safeguard its edge in global markets at a time of rising shipping costs and geopolitical uncertainty. The agreement reached in France between the Ghana Shippers Authority, the Cocoa Marketing Company, and 20 international carriers sets the cost of moving a ton of cocoa to the United Kingdom at £32, while shipment to Northern Europe will also be priced at €56 and exports to Brazil will cost $122. With cocoa accounting for more than 70% of Ghana's foreign exchange, the 2025-2026 rates offer clarity for exporters and stability for government revenue, keeping Ghana well positioned against rivals such as Cote d'Ivoire. Let's move on now, and Finance Minister Dr. Kasayola Toforsin has expressed concern over the elevated risk premiums imposed on African debt, warning that the trend continues to drive up the cost of borrowing for economies on the continent, including Ghana. According to him, African countries are compelled to secure loans at far higher rates than their peers in other regions, a situation that undermines fiscal stability and exacerbates debt vulnerabilities. Dr. Forson explains that this financing burden is a major factor behind the continent's repeated surges in debt to GDP ratios.
I think the time has come for us to also pay attention to what constitutes the debt service as a percentage to revenue. The Secretary General made a statement that a number of Africa countries are spending 50% of its revenue in the servicing of our debt. This is largely also because we are borrowing too expensive. Why should African countries borrow so expensive as compared to its peers in other parts of the world? Why should it be? Why should the risk premium for African countries be so different from Europe, America, and other parts of the world? Why should that be? And because we are borrowing so expensive, we have so little debt, but the debt servicing cost is so expensive. And so maybe the time has come for us to look at what constitutes the cost, the spread that adds to the debt servicing cost for African countries.
Dr. Kasayola Toforsin is Minister responsible for Finance. State-owned enterprises, thus SOEs, recorded strong revenue growth in the 2024 financial year, with total earnings climbing to 28.3% to 133 billion Ghana cedis, up from 104 billion Ghana cedis in 2023. The performance, according to the 2024 State Ownership Report, was largely driven by robust expansion in the energy subsector. There's more in the following Business Desk report by my colleague Daniel Odromensa.
The sector also showed signs of operational recovery, with profit before interest and tax improving sharply to 1.57 billion cedis in 2024, compared with 376.93 million cedis in 2023 and a loss of 9.62 billion cedis in 2022. However, mounting finance costs weighed heavily on the bottom line. The SOE sector ended 2024 with a net loss of 9.67 billion cedis, wider than the 7.14 billion cedis shortfall recorded in 2023. Excessive finance charges totaling 9.39 billion cedis wiped out all operational gains. On the balance sheet side, total SOE assets expanded by 22.52% to 395.2 billion cedis, with ECG, VRA, and GMPC leading contributions. Liabilities, however, rose faster at 24.2% to 281.94 billion cedis, with the ECG alone accounting for 71 billion cedis, despite persistent losses from entities such as the Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company, Ghana Water Company Limited, Graphic Communications Group, and Tema Oil Refinery. 9 SOEs, including the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Bui Power Authority, Ghana National Gas Company, and BOST, maintained consistent profitability over the past 5 years. In a positive development, 3 SOEs, Ghana Reinsurance Company, TDC Company, and State Housing Company, paid a combined dividend of 29.36 million cedis to the government in 2024, representing a 78.9% increase from the previous year. Notably, the State Housing Company paid dividends for the first time in 3 decades.
Daniel Ojo-Mensah with that Business Desk report. The State Interest and Governance Authority is charging the Bui Power Authority to begin paying dividends to government starting in the 2025 financial year. Despite the revenue dip in 2024 for Bui Power Authority, tighter cost controls pushed net profit to $64 million, almost double its target of $33.6 million. And now, General Manager of Operations at the authority, Millicent Tuguba, speaking at the Bui Power Authority's 2024 annual general meeting, tasked the company to position itself to deliver dividends to government.
Commercial entities like BPA must no longer be perceived as a burden, but rather a vital economic asset that drives Ghana's socio-economic development, especially in the era of a reset agenda. For this reason, our expectations of BPA is straightforward: to be efficient, profitable, and to pay dividends to the government of Ghana. By the close of 2025 financial year, we look forward to BPA demonstrating its commitment by paying dividends for the first time. This will mark the beginning of a reset where SOEs take their rightful place and significantly contribute to non-tax revenue and national and economic growth.
Now, the Treasury bills market continued to face weak demand as last week's primary auction recorded another undersubscription. Data from the auction show investors tendered a total of 3.5 billion Ghana cedis across the 91 to 364 day bills. Of this amount, the Treasury accepted 3.39 billion Ghana cedis, falling short of its target by 50%. Also, yields on all 3 maturities edged down slightly, with the 91-day yield slipping 9 basis points. And to what is happening this weekend, it is the country's largest exhibition of homegrown products and services. Yes, the This Is Ghana exhibition is scheduled and for September 6 to 7, 2025, organized by Channel 1 Television and Citi FM. The This Is Ghana exhibition 2025 promises its biggest edition yet, with an expanded display of locally made goods and innovation. So the much anticipated event is taking place at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra, starting at 10 a.m. There will be more updates in our subsequent bulletin. But before I go, let me take you to the forex market this morning. The dollar trading at 12 cedis 60 pesos, the British pound at 16 cedis 80 pesos, that of the euro at 14 cedis 75 pesos. These are forex bureau rates and not the interbank rates by the Bank of Ghana. I'm Neil Latte, and that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News. Do have a good business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s, you lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
Hello, Kwame.
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Ah, Ma, have you received the delivery?
See, the rider's bay. Send in a momo.
Okay, *176.
Ah, Paco. Don't you use a smartphone? Use a momo app, ne?
Huh? Aba app.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Inyim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Oh, you're smart. And oh, you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
I know, you do me bad, then you know what. Miss you for my pillow, tears we soak my pillow. Oh, wait till I do you. Where you lead me, go for a tungo. Where you lead me, go for a yeah. Where till you do me, no, my say yeah.
When you hear these runs, Jilted Love, Atongo's name, you know who is in the studio. Gabby Affairs here with Kickoff. Our sports news segment on the show brought to you by Polytang, Lesheho, and Shell. We have to store water, and the name we all know when it comes to water storage is Polytang. They've been with us for 3 decades and more. And what you get is all the time. What you get all the time is guaranteed quality, durability, no matter the size you buy. And you get Polytank at the same price if you buy at a Polytank partner shop across the country. So go for Polytank. Just don't fall for scammers, because we do not request for Momo payments online. And you deserve financial peace. Lesheho is here to give you just that. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Lesheho, you don't have to face them alone. No matter the expense, we have the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. So simply call or WhatsApp Nana on 02700 4799. Let's make life easier together. T's and C's apply. Lesheho, let's improve life. And if you want your engine to feel confident, protected, and ready to perform, that's where Shell V-Power comes in with its Dynaflex technology, specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. So feel unbeatable, because the best choice feels just right. Go for Shell. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Shell, go well. Gabby Affair, Kickoff.
Kotoko, Francis Aqua behind it. Aqua kills one to the near post. This should be the opening goal. And Asante Kotoko has scored the first goal yet. At the dance back in Bibiani, it's Musa Hamzata, the new defender from Accra Lions, who puts the FA Cup champions ahead.
All right, so Kumasi Asante Kotoko beats Bibiani Gold Stars to clinch the Champion of Champions title in Bibiani on Sunday. We'll get some reactions coming from Bibiani in a bit. It's also coming up.
It's Dominic Szoboszlai.
Incredible free kick! Right back to maybe match winner! Dominic Szoboszlai illuminates the afternoon at Anfield with a very, very special strike!
Okay, so a brilliant hit by Liverpool's Dominic Szoboszlai to hand the Reds all 3 points against the Gunners at Anfield. Liverpool remained the only side unbeaten after 3 games in the English Premier League. Also in tennis.
Again, Djokovic.
He looked good.
3 sets to love. 6-3, 6-3, 6-2.
Novak Djokovic storming into the last 8 despite injury worries against Jan-Lennard Struff in the round of 16 of the men's singles in the US Open. All of that coming up right here on Kickoff. We probably brought to you by Shell Go, Zonda J, Politan Ghana, and Leshell. Let's improve life. All right, Sam Gabiofe. Let's start off with the Black Stars. And some players arrived in Ghana last night after featuring for their clubs in Europe. Among them were Captain Jordan Ayew, Mohamed Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, Jerry Afriyie, Elisha Owusu, and Gideon Mensah. Now, the Black Stars will hold its first training session later today at the Accra Sports Stadium, which will be open to the public and the media. Tomorrow's session, however, will be held behind closed doors before the squad departs for in Jamena to face Chad on Thursday, September 4. Well, Coach Otuado has been reacting. He's been speaking on Ghana's chances of qualifying for the World Cup. With 2 wins against Chad and Mali, Ghana will take a step closer in securing qualification.
It's always there, but as for me personally, it's an honor to be the coach, and we're in a good situation, and I hope that we can do everything to.
A lot of people believe that you've got the best Black Star squad yet, and therefore they should also show how hungry they are to excel when they are given the opportunity. And what a bigger opportunity can you get than the World Cup itself?
Yeah, sure. We have to take it step by step. I think we can't make a mistake. A lot of people are talking about World Cup already, but we're not there yet. So it's still a long way, and we have to take it step by step. So the next is the focus on the Chad game, and hope that we can win.
All right, so that's the Black Stars coach Otuado speaking. There more updates on the Black Stars' first training session later today. Now we head to Bibiani, and Kotoko rebounded from a lackluster Galkata 4 campaign to claim the 2025 Champion of Champions title, defeating Bibiani Gold Stars 1-0 at the Dance Park on Sunday. This triumph marked Kotoko's 4th Champions of Champions title, providing a significant morale boost for head coach Abdul Karim Zito and his team as they prepare for the CAF Confederations Cup. Yes, Abdul Karim Zito's thoughts after the win.
The Galka tournament, the timing was very bad for us, not for the other clubs, because when you look at our schedules, immediately after the league, we play the FA, we play the President Cup, and then we travel. All this while other clubs were then resting. So we were in the basic phase of the preseason, or complex phase of the preseason when we started playing matches. So definitely, I wasn't expecting something too good from my boys. Because when you even look at, you quantify all the goals being scored, you see that majority of the goals being scored were a minor mistake from defenders or set pieces. It tells you that all the clubs were not ready.
Abdul Karim Zito is Kotoko's head coach. Now let's hear from Bibiani Gold Stars head coach from Pom Manson after losing to Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
You could see the first half, the game was too physical, and for both teams, you could see you couldn't even see the ball on the turf. It was an end-to-end stuff, which was not good for us. So it was difficult to even create chance. So for me, yes, we had both teams didn't play well in the first half. So in the second half, I think it was I wouldn't say a run of play, but it wasn't a game that they were dominating.
All right, so that's coach from Pom Manson. He's with Bibiani Gold Stars speaking after his side's 1-0 loss to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Well, in women's football, Police Ladies have secured a place in the semi-finals of the ongoing WAFU B Women's Champions League qualifiers following their victory on Saturday. They finished second in Group B after a 3-1 victory over ASCO in their final group match. They will now face host team ASEC Mimosas in the semis with that game scheduled for Tuesday, September 2. So all the best to Ghana's Police Ladies who are looking to qualify for the CAF Women's Champions League. Well, let's get to Anfield, and Dominic Szoboszlai scored a standing free kick to end Liverpool. A 1-0 win over Arsenal and sent the reigning champions to the top of the Premier League table. Liverpool are now the only team with a perfect record in the Premier League this season, moving ahead of Chelsea at the top, while Mikel Arteta's men lose their own unbeaten record, having suffered their first defeat against the Big Six in 23 matches. Here's what Arne Slot said after the game.
Yeah, I think the game needed a moment of magic for either team to win it. An eventful game. I don't think a lot of things happened, not in the first half, not in the second half. I think they were the first half. They pressed us a little bit better, or we pressed them a little bit worse. So they had, from my feeling, a little bit more of the game. Second half, it was the opposite. I think we pressed them a little bit better. We were a bit better on the ball, but so equal. And then a moment of magic decided the game for us.
Liverpool boss Sonny Slot speaking after the 1-0 win over Arsenal. Off the pitch, the reports this morning is that Liverpool and Newcastle United have agreed a British record transfer for Alexander Isak. Liverpool will pay a fixed fee of £125 million for the striker, who is now expected to complete his move to Anfield on deadline day. At the Amex Stadium, Brajan Gruda came off the bench to score an 89th minute goal to give Brighton their first win of the Premier League season, while condemning Manchester City to back-to-back defeats.
1-0 just before those 4 Brighton substitutions. It felt like it might be quite a sort of uneventful, routine-ish kind of Manchester City win. You were in control, looking comfortable. And how did it get away from you?
Yeah, we conceded the goal. Very well, excellent 1 hour. Many things I like since many months, so I'm not complaining about, but we are not able to win game. And after the goal, we shift we forgot to play. We were more thinking the consequences that do it, and that's why we could not, win the game.
All right, so that's the Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola speaking there. Well, West Ham struck 3 times in the final 6 minutes to ease the pressure on under fire West Ham boss Graham Potter as they earned a deserved win at Nottingham Forest. At the Villa Park, Captain Maguire shook off the distraction of his club future to score a stunning killing effort to help Crystal Palace to an impressive 3-0 win at Aston Villa. On Saturday at Old Trafford, United skipper Bruno Fernandes kept his nerve to convert a stoppage time penalty and give Amorim's side a 3-2 victory over Burnley at Old Trafford. At Stamford Bridge, striker João Pedro continued his scoring streak as Chelsea benefited from controversial refereeing decisions to beat rivals Fulham 2-0. While taking into Spain, Madrid beat Mallorca by 2-1. Barcelona were held to 1-0 draw by Rayo Vallecano. And in Italy, Napoli made it 2-1 from 2 after beating Cagliari by 1-0. Inter Milan lost to Udinese by 2-1 in the Italian Serie A. Well, let's finish off with some tennis in the US Open. The men's singles, Novak Djokovic continued his bid for a record 25th Grand Slam title in style as he stormed past qualifier Jan Lenastrov 6-3, 6-3, 6-2 to reach the quarterfinals. Let's hear from Novak Djokovic after progressing to the quarters.
Novak, definitely looked like you enjoyed yourself out here this evening. Do you enjoy these night sessions more now than you did at the beginning of your career?
Yes, probably. Yes, the answer is yes, because I don't know how many more I'm going to have, so obviously each one is very special, and I want to thank you all guys for being present here tonight.
All right, so that's Novak Djokovic speaking after progressing to the quarters of the US Open in the men's singles. Well, for the women's singles, Arina Sabalenka beat Spain Cristina Buxa 6-1, 6-4 to reach the quarters. Later today, world number 2 Iga Swiatek is in action. She will take on Ekaterina Alexandrova at 6 p.m. And then at 6:30 p.m., world number 3 Coco Gauff is up against world number 23 Naomi Osaka in the women's singles of the US Open. There's more tennis news later 5 p.m. In the meantime, you can head to citisportsonline.com and on X Citi Sports JH. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell Gowo, Zunda JH, Politangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa Lolo Ankasa, Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic, stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo, Papa Lolo Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
What if the life you've always imagined is just one bold decision away? What if a globally recognized degree, a lucrative career, a new future for you and your family is right here, not in the future, not in theory, but now at the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025. Dreams are rising and Canada is opening the doors. Explore undergraduate and postgraduate study options, paid internships, and learn how the post-graduation work permit can launch your career in Canada. It's happening on the 20th of September at Accra City Hotel, 10 a.m. prompt, and it is free, but you have to register. So call or WhatsApp 025-6299-707 to get started. Imagine success, think Canada. Attend the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number, or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra, Sankofa pepper powder, Sankofa pepper powder.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. You hold your team to quarterly reviews. Why not do same for your money? It's mid-year. The plan you set in January needs a review. How are your savings growing? Are your investments still aligned with your reality? Did life throw you a financial curveball? Petra is here to help you take stock, realign, and close any loopholes. And if time is a factor, we'll come to you discreetly and professionally. Let's treat your personal finances with boardroom level seriousness. Dial *447*70# to speak to a financial advisor today. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Nana to four. Atinga Bayira Tinga. This one is not Nana to four City Newsroom. Nana to four, the great musician. Beautiful sound. And 7:36. And there's so much happening on the show today. As ever, so much to do. Your concerns, our concerns, national concerns, great music, insightful interviews, eye-opening conversations, all this together with you. 0549-986-996, 0549-986-996. And some special ones are celebrating their birthdays today. Send them via the number 0549-986-996. We'll do well to celebrate them for you. KGL Group, in partnership with Parliament, presents the second edition of the Democracy Cup titled KGL Democracy Cup 2025. It's happening live on the 5th of September 2025 at the University of Ghana, Legon Stadium. Democracy Cup, aimed at promoting national unity through sports, will feature 2 football games this year, with the first game being a ceremonial game between the Parliament and the Judiciary at 3 p.m. Come and watch your favorite government officials display football skills like never before. The second game, which promises to bring a showdown between the 2 home titans, the Accra Hearts of Oak and Citi rival Accra Great Olympics, that would also kick off at exactly 6 p.m. Who takes home the much anticipated trophy? Be there to witness the live action and also stand a chance to win massive prizes such as phones, t-shirts, caps, and many more from KGL products. 590 mobile. Dial star 959 hash. Ketbit star 385 hash 213 and 987 games. Get your tickets now. 20 Ghana cedis for regular, 200 for VIP. Includes assorted drinks with and all you can eat finger foods. Contact 0206 066833. Be part of this memorable event. KGL Group Democracy Cup, One Nation, One Vision. And from Wiggle Vision Limited, Ghana's leading tech company, comes Frog, the ultimate platform for USSD, OTP, voice, and bulk SMS messaging. Frog offers unbeatable rates to all mobile networks in Ghana, helping your business reach more people faster. So whether it's bulk SMS, voice SMS, IVR, or USSD, secure APIs and tools ensure easy integration for businesses of all sizes. If you're ready to elevate your customer engagement, then visit wiggle.com.gh, frog.wiggle.com.gh, and call 0554 170 599. Wiggle Vision, empowering businesses one message at a time. And if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, and you want a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-world employability, with scholarship available also to support your academic journey, it's available at Lancaster University, Ghana. You will be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our Ghana campus. Lancaster.edu.gh. Admissions at lancaster.edu.gh. 0248 656 274. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. Right, so some quick dedications. Today I celebrate an extraordinary woman, mentor and a leader, Chief Medical Officer of Nyao Medical Center, Dr. Akushika Osei Mensah. Beyond being a remarkable doctor, you're a true inspiration and a woman of excellence. On this special day, I join many others in honoring you, wishing you many more years of good health, joy, and fulfillment. May your light continue to shine and touch lives all over the world. This is coming from Adams at Nyao Medical Center. To you, Dr. Akushika Osei Mensah. You are celebrated today. There are more dedications. And today happens to be the birthday of the mayor of Accra. Yeah. The mayor of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA.
You mean the chief executive?
The chief executive, yes. Yeah. The municipal metropolitan chief executive.
Huge place.
Okay. So the mayor of Accra's birthday is today.
Chief executive.
I've said mayor again. The the metropolitan chief executives of the AMA. What am I saying?
AMA chief executive.
AMA chief executive. Yes, his name is Michael Kpakpo Alote.
Michael
Kpakpo Alote.
Alote.
Yeah, this. Okay, Alote.
Yes.
Okay. Charlie. Michael Kpakpo Alote. AMA chief executive. He's large and in charge. Yeah. So this is coming from the team at the Public Affairs Unit, from your colleague MCEs, Ablekuma West, Kole Krote, and across the dial. Everyone is wishing you well. So happy birthday, sir. Have a good one. A number of other dedications as well, Sky. A few more here. So, birthday dedications this morning. Today also happens to be the birthday of Naomi Oyo Ohene Oti. She was the winner, or she is the winner of the prestigious Asta Guardians Global Nursing Award. And this message is coming from her husband. Says, "Dear, I want to wish you a joyous, belated happy birthday. You're not only a blessing to me and our family, but also a shining light to the world of nursing and healthcare. May this new year of your life be filled with greater heights, abundant blessings, and unending joy. Happy belated birthday, Naomi." This is from Charles Ohene Oti. Also, happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Claudia Sapong, aka Sapoma of Sanichi's Beauty World, located at Dansuman Market. You still remain my heartbeat, and it's coming from your husband, Maxwell Ampedu. This one says, happy birthday to Nana Ekia Brinya Boating of Association Consultants Limited. Yesterday was your birthday. May this new age mark the beginning of countless blessings and favor in your life. Wishing you good health, happiness, and continued prosperity from Philip Ni Latte. Okay. A few more from me. David Owari Ansong. Okay, he's the presiding elder of the Church of Pentecost James Makion Assembly and the country manager of Rainbow Agro Sciences. Happy glorious birthday. May God bless and keep you. This is coming from Harrison and all the staff of Rainbow Agro Sciences. Please wish my friend, brother, and warmest companion a very happy and beautiful birthday, Michael Kwame Achen Esquire. Okay, it's my prayer that God cause you to grow to higher heights with lots of happiness, joy, and fulfillment in life. It's coming from Raphael Ago Ajay. All right, then.
Okay, let me do this quick one, if I may.
Sure.
So it says, happy birthday to Leah Aban of the Tax and Legal Department, and Joshua Amma of the Audit and Assurance Department of Deloitte.
Okay.
It's coming in from your country managing partner, Daniel Kujousu, and all the staff you have there. And then this one says, belated happy birthday to Karen, who is also known as Kari Arana Joy Cosby Ashon. And the message basically says that wishing you a wonderful belated happy birthday filled with love, laughter, and blessings. May this new year of your life bring you endless joy, success in all the things that you do, and happiness that never fades. Enjoy your special day and do that to the fullest. So this one is coming in from those of you who love her so much.
Okay. And I see, Kaka, you love this song.
This song?
Yeah.
I think it's a great song.
Yeah. But you have some more
let me share some other
information.
messages.
Yes,
Caleb,
please.
are you looking for a faster and easier way to engage Ghana Water Limited services online?
Hmm.
Then download and install the Ghana Water JWCL customer app from Google Play Store or App Store and create your personalized user account with the customer account details on your monthly bill. With this app, you can pay your water bills, check billing and payment statements, report bursts and leakages, report illegal customer activities, report complaints and faults with photos or videos or GPS locations. All transactions made on the customer app attract zero charges. Ghana Water Limited at your service. Your tomato mix should make cooking easier and fantastic. That's why Gino Pepper and Onion offers you a unique blend of tomatoes mixed with pepper and onions to make those delicious recipes come to life. No more wasting of time on blending and grinding any onions and pepper. You have it all in one. Now also saying, let's make some sweet, memorable moments with Gino Pepper and Onion to prepare our favorite jollof, stews, soup, and many more. You can find Gino Pepper and Onion in any open market, retail shop, supermarket, and many more. Gino truly cares. Ago Ghana, Absa Bank Ghana Limited has great news for you. Banking just got a whole lot easier, and it's happening right in your neighborhood with ABSA Agency Banking. With ABSA Agency Banking, you can now deposit cash, withdraw money, and pay your bills all quickly, securely, and without the long queues. That's right, no need to travel far or wait in line. It's banking made simple, and it's right where you are. And here's something even better. You can be part of it. If you're a business owner or someone who loves serving your community, why not become an ABSA agent? It's a great way to earn extra income, grow your business, and help bring banking closer to the people. Interested? Call 024-857-3293 or visit absa.com.gh to apply. ABSA Agency Banking. Banking made easy, powered by you. Your story matters, ABSA.
And it's 48 after 7, Sky, September 1. Brand new month, brand new week.
Same old problems.
Same
old
That's the sad part.
Yes. You know, it's. I'm particularly troubled by the security situation, and in fact, I've had cause to pen my thoughts on the subject matter, trying to connect the troubles we're seeing around the country to the bigger picture of creating the right climate for businesses to be able to do that which they do. Of course, as we do remember, the president just returned from Asia, the Far East. He's been meeting with investors and policymakers in Japan and also Singapore. And for instance, we're told that he's looking to increasing trade between Ghana and Singapore to something around $1 billion from the 200 or so million US dollars we saw in 2024. That is a huge leap that we want to actually make as a country. Now, if that happens, of course, we're going to see a lot of new jobs created for the young people of our country, who new numbers suggest are not doing so well, although we've seen a marginal reduction in the level of unemployment within the youthful population. So it is good news that the president has been out there trying to attract investors to come to the country and invest in our spaces so that we can, grow our economy. But as someone who's done a lot of work in the area of international trade by reason of my my training and then also what I do in practice, I'm getting increasingly worried because I am receiving calls from people who are hoping to put money into the Ghanaian space, who are worried about what exactly we are seeing in the Ghanaian space. As I pointed out in my article, nobody is saying that before President John Mahama took over office, Ghana was a security heaven. There's nothing like that anywhere. But we've seen what appears to be a deterioration of the security situation in the country. Boko used to be a problem, but it's escalated, astronomically in a way that, led to even students being, extrajudicially executed in their dorms. We've seen chiefs who were slaughtered, several miles away from, the conflict zone. And we've not seen a resolution of that. Of course, we understand that the Otumfuo, together with the rest of the eminent chiefs working on the situation, are doing their best to restore peace to Boko. But the fact is, we are still sitting on tenterhooks. And we've sent a lot of our men in uniform, men and women in uniform, to go to the northern part of the country to deal with a situation that so much money is being pumped in there. While we are trying to deal with that, the president's own backyard, in the Sola-Tula Kalba area, is seeing its own conflict. And just a couple of days ago, the president had to issue directive to the minister responsible for the interior to take urgent steps to deal with the issue. And we are told that the Yagbonwura has been invited to help play a lead role to help to restore, troubles there. After people had gone on social media to say all kinds of unpreachable things about the government and the president, which I reject. People shouldn't talk about the president or the government like that in those tones. If there are troubles, let's face it and deal with the troubles. It's not about attacking the president. It's not about attacking those in leadership. Call out the problems and invite attention to deal with those attention. So that problem is also there. Then we have had the developments in Ashaiman, and then also we've seen parts of the Volta region, the OT region. We've seen the troubles in that part as well. And then not too long ago, the Swedru area, we saw troubles related to chieftaincy in that part. Now we are dealing with a new problem. Homowo. Of course, we are well aware that Homowo, given the chieftaincy issues around Accra generally, there have always been matters concerning contests, people, always saying that this person should not sprinkle kokule, this person should not do that, and all of that. But you see, the reason you put a security infrastructure in place is to ensure that they are able to read the barometer properly and come with some assessment as to what is likely to be the situation if certain things are allowed to happen, and put in measures to confront those people or those things and deal with them decisively. But what are we seeing? We must have known that Homowo was going to bring us problems. And in fact, the police issued a statement and said that yes, their reading of the situation in Teshie was quite tumultuous and that there was likely to be a problem. Now the question is, after having made those determinations, what did you do about it? So that over the weekend, we were told that in the Soutum area, there were clashes, people have died as a result. In the Anya, that entire enclave, there have been developments that have led to people being maimed, a number of people being rushed to the hospital, people dying as a result. That's not just this. In Teshie, we've seen problems, clashes that have led to what? People dying. Because for some reason, you saw videos of the police basically throwing their hands in the air. That as for this one, these people, they let them kill each other because they have tried that. Now, what is troubling is that the police are supposed to be the protectors of life and property. That is their mandate. So you get good reading of the situation and you put in place measures to forestall the loss of life and property. But what we are seeing is absolute failure of the police administration to be able to confront the problems head on and deal with the troublemakers decisively. It is not enough to show on, the television stations what you are doing in preparation of a particular festival or a particular by-election. On the day that you are needed most, what has been your performance? We saw a similar thing in the Ablikma North rerun. The police showed us all their might, what they are likely to do, how they will deal with the situation, and how they will not allow troublemakers to create problems for all of us. But we saw them capitulate on the day that they were needed most. We saw that during the 2024 elections. When the elections were getting into the evening, we saw what had happened across the country. The police either failing to act or pretending to act. And massive numbers of people, had to live with injuries sustained in the course of that particular election. So the question you ask yourself is, are we paying people just to sit in their offices, incapable of confronting and dealing with the problems that we face, that can undermine national security and therefore create a hostile environment that makes it impossible for businesses to grow and for people to say that, oh, we have confidence in Ghana, let's come and put our money there? Or we are paying the people to actually do what the people expect them to do. Because it would seem that people are occupying offices.
Yeah.
They have all these fancy titles: national security this, national security that, IGP this, IGP that, director of operations this at the presidency. All these people have big titles to their names, but they are letting the president down. The question is, yes, admittedly the president has lost his defense minister. Our defense minister is gone, but we have been told that someone has been put in charge in the interim. The fine minister for finance, Atu Forsen. Yeah. But you see, he's now got his attention divided. The question you ask yourself is, this man, thus far we are told, is doing a great job with the economy. So why not maintain his attention on the economy? Because the dollar is beginning to misbehave again. We were hoping that he will continue to hold the fort and deal with the economic issues head on. But this tragedy, nobody, the tragedy didn't warn us, but it happened. We have lost fine men. The president, in his own wisdom, decided to make him the caretaker minister responsible for defense while holding his substantive position as Minister of Finance. Respectfully, it would seem that there is a problem with that. If there is the need to recall Parliament from recess so that they will vet a new minister to occupy that position, let's do it. If you have to move someone who is a minister already from, if you like, and I'm using the word advisedly, a less important institution, ministerial position, to be able to go and occupy that position, do it. But to leave that space ajar, although Atu is a brilliant man capable of doing many things at the same time, it would seem that the situation is too big for all the people put together in the space to be able to manage. And if we cannot have the right security climate in the country, then everything the president promises to do, and in fact actually does, will be undermined by what we are seeing. Why should it be that students who go to school feel that they are no longer safe? Because someone will go into their dorms, pick them up, and shoot them. Chiefs removed from the conflict zone are getting shot. And now we are dealing with the national capital with all of these problems that you cannot explain. And Galamsey is another problem. A whole IGP went to the north of the country, Boku, on a fact-finding mission. Had to flee from the place because the youth said that, Lord, they were not happy with him. They stoned his vehicle. All kinds of things happen. As we speak, not a single soul, as far as I'm concerned, has been held responsible. To be very frank, as I pointed out, this is not the first time that the NDC is in government. We've had the likes of the respected Kofi Totobi Kwache, who managed the national security space admirably in his years as National Security Coordinator. Larry Gbavlo-Lati, another respected security mind within our Ghanaian space. Of course, the president is using him for other things, dealing with the Sahel, the Sahelian neighbors who have their own problems. But it would seem that what the president needs first is peace at home. And if it would take recalling Gbavlo-Lati to come and help with the situation at home, then that must happen. Because seriously, what is happening is troubling. It is really troubling because all around us there are conflicts. Nigeria is dealing with Boko Haram and their related friends. Insurgents are going into Niger, Benin, and they are creating problems in the north there. Togo has also seen its share of the problems. Burkina Faso is unable to deal with the insecurity.
Cote d'Ivoire, some of their people are moving to Ghana because
of elections.
Yes.
So that is the more reason why we need to get a handle on the situation as soon as possible. It is not a matter, even as soon as possible is not good enough. Now we need to get it now. And I'm saying that there is no greater way to deal with the situation than to say that, hey, currently we don't have a minister for defense. If Parliament has to be recalled for even 2, 3, 4 days to deal with the situation, let's do it.
That's a very important call. We'll get into that particular situation some more when we take care of tech and social media trends. Edwin Kofi is here with us to bring us tech and social media trends, and that particular section is brought to you by First Bank Ghana and Telecel. Telecel and First Bank Ghana. Now, First Bank Ghana says, Ghana, are you ready to win? We are saying it's time to use and then win. Here's how it works from 1st September, which is today, to the 30th of November 2025. Use the First mobile app or star 894 hash for your everyday transactions and stand a chance of winning a cool 500 Ghana cedis cash every single week. Every single week, First Bank Ghana is rewarding smart banking. The more you use the First mobile app or star 894 hash, the better your chances of winning. So what are you waiting for? Grab your phone now, use First Mobile or star 894 hash, and you could be one of our lucky weekly winners. T's and C's apply. If you're looking to join the First Bank Ghana family as a customer, dial star 894 hash or download the First mobile app to initiate the account opening process. Call First Solutions on 0596 921 921. First Bank, you first. Edwin Kofi joins us for tech and social media trends. Okay, good morning, Edwin.
Good morning, Caleb. Good morning, everyone else.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you. What are in the trends? What's in the trends?
Well, first thing I want to talk about is Sotium, and I think Sky has spoken extensively about this security situation there, but I'll just go through it as well. There were clashes between followers of rival chiefs during the Homo.
Rival chiefs
during the Homo celebrations at Anya and Sotium. So it led to the deaths of 3 people, and 4 others were injured as well. They were treated at various hospitals or medical facilities. The police say they deployed additional units to the areas to ensure calm, and they've warned the chiefs and traditional leaders and their supporters to basically follow the rules and ensure that there's no trouble in those areas as well. So Sotium is trending along with Anya and Homo. So big issue there.
Very big.
We'll move on to some football news because there was a lot of football over the weekend. But one particular story is trending because finally the transfer saga of the summer is coming to an end. Alexander Isak, he has agreed terms with Liverpool, and of course Liverpool have agreed terms with Newcastle for the transfer of the striker to Anfield, and Newcastle will receive £130 million for the deal. Wow. £130 million.
Yeah. £130 million.
Yes, in total for the deal.
They could give us a loan. What football club?
I will take care of a lot of things. The whole issue. Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, so the player will sign a 6-year deal with Liverpool. Newcastle have already signed his replacement in Nick Walter Mata. So the transfer saga
is a really untidy transaction.
Very.
The young man sitting on the bed saying that he wouldn't play
for the club again.
It's some way. It introduces a certain element of fairness. You know, I think there should be better ways of handling transactions like this, and the parties involved would have to act in fairness to each other. You know, you're under contract, so you continue to play until there is a determination otherwise based on your own agreements. But where you decide that, look, I'm not going to play, you force me, I want to go, and you have to sell me, it's some way.
Well, staying with football, another issue that's trending with Chelsea and Nicholas Jackson. So, Nicholas Jackson is out of favor at Chelsea. He's a striker for Chelsea. And the club agreed for him to move to Bayern Munich over the weekend on loan, and then with an option to buy. So the player traveled to Munich and was set to have his medical. But then Chelsea, who played at the weekend, one of their strikers, Liam Delap, he suffered a major injury that will keep him out for a few weeks. So Chelsea cancelled the deal, told Bayern that they were no longer going to do the deal, and then told the player to travel back to London. The player and his agent were not happy at the time, so they stayed in London for a bit. But then Bayern also said that they should go, because if the selling club doesn't want to do business anymore, there's no point in staying here, because we've not agreed anything. So
it's not a sale; it's a loan, right?
Yeah, it's a loan. It's a loan with an option to buy. Yeah, so it was a pretty big deal, a lot of money involved, but Chelsea say they've cancelled the deal. And a lot of fans on social media are saying that Chelsea are being unfair to Jackson. Since you say you don't want him, why are you bringing him back when he's almost secured a move away from the club? So
I think it's so unfair.
Yeah.
It's so unfair to even the confidence level of the young man. And I think that we've not done well in that space. Chelsea has not. If you have to get a solution from elsewhere, get it. I mean, you can't. The man had a legitimate expectation that he was going to play elsewhere, and he must have made up his mind. And for you to just recall him merely because somebody got hurt, deal with your own problems. You don't. It's just so unfair to him. I don't agree.
Final trending story: Dangote.
Dangote.
Yes, in the trends, because there was an accident last week involving one of the Dangote cement trucks, which led to one lady being injured, a very young girl who was a sister of one of the winners of the BB Niger, season 7 of BB Niger. So she got injured, had been in hospital, had her leg amputated.
So it was an injury, not death.
It was an injury initially, and then yesterday news came out from the family that she had passed away.
Oh Lord.
Yes. So the conversation is that people had been on Dangote's case because the cement trucks were deemed to be very unsafe, how they were driven, the state of the trucks for months. So this issue has just amped up the advocacy as well. And they are also talking about the fact that he didn't personally go and see the girl, and people feel they didn't do enough to get her treatment
while she was hospitalized.
So there's a whole conversation there. The Dangote group has released a statement that they covered all the bills. They were with her the whole time. There were even plans to send her out of the country to India for treatment, but then the unfortunate happened, and it's very unfortunate because she graduated 6 days before the accident. Very young girl, so our life unfortunately cut short because of it. So
that's a very sad one.
Very, very sad story. Now we move to
I hope the family will be taking some legal action.
Well, the statement that was released, it was released with by their lawyers, the family's lawyers. So people are suggesting that obviously the lawyers have taken charge and they are fronting all of these messages. So it seems that they might take legal action eventually.
Do they still need to take that legal action if the company fulfills all obligations due them, or they may want to secure bigger compensations through the court of law?
Well, I mean, you can always settle out of court if there's no criminal, liability by reason of how maybe the truck driver conducted himself and all of that, and the state is not interested. But the civil aspect of it is what I'm interested in,
right?
Because thus far we have not seen evidence of the driver misbehaving or all of that. But the company seriously answer some serious questions, and normally the courts do a better job majority of the time of determining what is fair, reasonable.
Okay, that's well and good.
Tech stories. This came out last week, but I think the conversation has ramped up this week. Spotify, they say they are introducing DMs, and that was last week. So 16-year-olds on the page will be able to message each other on Spotify now. It's a reintroduction because it was introduced in 2013, I believe, taken out because of some issues, and it's being brought back. But the issue is that a lot of these social media platforms have had issues with underage people being messaged by adults, and the relationship progressing beyond what it should be. So these are the concerns being raised. Even 16-year-olds, they are seen as minors. So why would you open up the platform for them to be engaging with adults as well? So, and the protections that are in place, a lot of people don't feel that it's going to be strong enough to prevent even younger people from being messaged on the platform. So those are the concerns that have been raised online about Spotify.
And then also an even bigger problem is rise in the use of artificial intelligence to create deep fakes in the nature of pornography, exploiting photographs that have been put online by kids or their parents. So there's now aggression towards dealing with how parents are circulating photographs of their wards, or the kids themselves are doing it. I'm reviewing a paper which is looking at this situation, and the numbers are troubling. For instance, there's a recent report that says people using AI to create child porn is a growing problem. This is coming in from the Attorney General of Wisconsin. And we're told that the numbers, really, really shocking. So the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children said it received 4,700 reports of AI-generated child porn images.
4,700?
Exactly. Also known as child sexual abuse image or material last year. Now, the Federal Bureau of Investigation issued a warning in March that producing child sexual abuse material using AI is illegal. And again, there's an article that was recently published by the New York Times, says why AI should make parents rethink posting photos of their children online. Artificial intelligence apps generating fake news amid other privacy concerns make sharenting, that's how they call it, far riskier than it was just a few years ago. I would implore you to find this article and read it, because there's so much irresponsibility these days. People think that you can just post anything about your child online. It is either you are posting them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. This
videos on TikTok as well.
Yeah, TikTok, yes, and then there's this other one, Snapchat. All of these spaces. Why can't people just allow kids to be kids? I don't get it. Why should you put your child out there? I don't get it.
They are happy about their
exactly. Your child may not have posted a new photograph of herself, but in this day and age,
people use the AI.
Exactly, and they are using them in some cases to bully the kids.
Wow, that's serious.
So please, parents who are listening, the world as we know it has changed in terms of what's happening within the tech space. So if you have files of your kids out there, you are basically reducing them to
so
nothing.
you would advise parents who have already put out their
take
kids
them down.
All
those
take
people
them
have
down,
already
right?
scrapped in many cases. Scraped the internet and may have some of these files. It is important. It is important.
So moving forward, parents should, as much as possible, try and avoid
the
sharing
videos
images of their kids online.
Stop it. Stop it.
Right. That was tech and social media trends. Thank you, Edwin.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial star 500 hash to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial star 500 hash or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via star 894 hash, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Experience Ghana like never before. Celebrate the very best of made in Ghana products and services at the This Is Ghana Exhibition 2025. From beautifully crafted traditional items to cutting-edge local innovations, this two-day fair will showcase Ghana's finest, from SMEs, startups, research hubs, manufacturers to proudly homegrown brands across every sector. And that's not all. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. It's Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025 at 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. It's going to be at the Info Sutherland Children's Park. Now for enquiries or registration, call 0205-973-973. This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rice, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Built Financial Technologies.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. We are here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Channel 1 TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Before the end of this year, some significant improvement would have been noticed on that road. And it's not going to be a 9-day wonder. He's back to site to continue with the project.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
A lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation.
Everything in this world is subject to abuse. And that's why there are checks and balances. That's why you have to also go to court and do...
From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
People normally enter the boat without the life jackets. We believe strongly that if they were wearing life jackets, their lives would have been saved.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
I thought I should contain myself. But he should be careful. He did not win the election on merit. The NDC won the Asokwa election by default. For whatever reason, we, the MPP, we decided to hand over power. No, later.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change.
Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Charlie, not again. And I need to return this car by Friday. No money and payday is 3 weeks away. How do I fix this? How? Bank loan, account setup, long process. Nah, forget it. Let me see if Fafa can help.
Yes. Fafa from Bank of Africa can sort you out fast. From engine repairs to school fees or side hustle support, Quick Fix Loan from Bank of Africa is here for you. Call 030-224-9690 or chat Fafa at boaghana.com and take advantage of the Quick Fix Loan for salaried workers offered at an unbeatable interest rate with no cash deposit required. Promo runs from now to 31st October. T's and C's apply.
Hey, Fafa, wait here.
Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's 23 after 8 and Mobex Africa is turning the page on excellence and innovation. The continent's most prestigious technology award is back. We are calling for nominations that will shape Africa's digital future. Mobex Africa Tech Expo and Innovation Conference and Awards 2025 is your stage to shine with 22 award categories celebrating the very best in African innovation, from our flagship technology innovation of the year to breakthroughs in fintechs, health tech, education and agriculture. This is where Africa's tech titans are crowned. Whether you're a startup disrupting markets, a company transforming industries, or an individual driving change, your moment of recognition is here. Nominations open from August 28, closes on September 18th, 2025. Submit yours now at mobexafrica.org/nominations. Email us for inquiries, info@mobexafrica.org. Don't let excellence go unrecognized. Visit mobexafrica.org/nominations today. Mobex Africa, driving Africa's digital future.
And Caleb, there's never been a better time to get things done, and SG Ghana is making that possible.
Sure.
Our lowest interest rates are back. If you're a salaried worker, whether you're on Controller and Accountants General Department payroll, working with an SG Ghana listed institution, or already banking with SG Ghana, this is your time. From now till the end of September 2025, apply and receive a loan from SG Ghana for your personal or business needs and enjoy unbelievably low interest rates during the Yasaya Teso loan promo. Join thousands of Ghanaians transforming their lives with the money they need at rates they love. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-314 for more details about the Yasaya Teso loan promo today. Terms and conditions apply. SG Ghana, the future is you. It's promo time. For your reliable power, there's only one name, Cummins. Our world-class generators are durable, reliable, fuel efficient, and come with our world-class warranty, giving you peace of mind. Get 20, 30, 60, and 100 kVA at lower prices. Buy today and enjoy free delivery, free installation and commissioning, free 500-hour service in Accra, Kumasi, and Takwa. And that's not all. Cummins is your trusted partner for aftermarket support with genuine Cummins spare parts, Fleet Guard filters, Valvoline Premium Blue Oils, and expert servicing to keep your generators and engines at peak performance. Limited stock available, so don't miss out. Locate Cummins at Odoko, Old KTS Yard. You can call 0549 777 666 or 0302 301 451.
And the KGL Group, in partnership with Parliament, presents the second edition of the Democracy Cup titled KGL Democracy Cup 2025. Is happening on the 5th of September at the University of Ghana, Legon Stadium. It's aimed at promoting national unity through sports, and it will feature 2 football games this year, with the first game being a ceremonial game between the Parliament and the Judiciary at 3 p.m. Come and watch your favorite government officials display football skills like never before. The second game promises to bring a showdown between the 2 home titans, Accra House of Folk, Citi rival Accra Great Olympics, and the kickoff is exactly 6 p.m. Be there to witness the live action and also stand a chance to win massive prizes like phones, t-shirts, caps, and many more from KGL products. 590 mobile, dial star 959 hash. Star 385 hash for KetBet 213 and 987 games. 20 Ghana cedis for regular, 200 cedis VIP, includes assorted drinks with an all-you-can-eat finger foods. Call 0206 066833. KGL Group Democracy Cap, One Nation, One Vision. So the future of fleet management, the first of its kind in Ghana, the Zenith Visa Fleet Solution is here with a powerful fleet management portal and fleet card that enable you track every city, every litter, every trip, and the status of maintenance and repairs for your fleet in real time. You have total control over your fleet expenses, whether you manage 5 cars or 50 trucks. The Zenith Visa Fleet Solution is the smart choice for your business. Visit any of our branches or contact your relationship manager to sign up for the Zenith Visa Fleet Solution today. For more information, call Zenith Direct on 054 2000 111 or 0302 680 88 for Zenith Bank, in your best interest. So we have joining us on the line Dr. Emmanuel Soate, a security analyst, to pick his mind really on this security situation that we've been speaking about in a while. Doc, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the show today. What is your reading of the security situation at present?
Okay, thank you. That's a very omnibus question. I'll try and answer it. I'm saying that because in as much as we can look at it from a homogeneous perspective like Ghana, it is very heterogeneous because, for example, the security challenges, even within urban communities, in places like low-income urban communities, are sometimes different from those of high urban gated communities. Those in, for example, maybe some parts of the northern regions are different from, even within the same northern region, different type of challenges. So it's very broad. But having said that, cautionary note, I think that in the past few weeks, there are certain issues that are coming up, including the one from Utu, the one in Sola, the upcoming election. Boko is still lingering. But having said all of this, I think that relative to the region, we are generally relative, and we don't want that relativity because we want to have a more peaceful country. I think that generally we are trying, but we can do better. Yeah, let me put it that way.
Now, we are seeing situations where the police tell us they pick up intelligence, and sometimes they also put up public notifications to show how prepared they are to deal with any recalcitrant situations. But over and again, we see some slippages, domestic conflicts, and those that are coming from chieftaincy clashes, and then also activities that are connected to tradition and all. Is there a better way the security setup could be handling these so they don't escalate into the situations we are seeing them?
Okay, thank you so much. Sometimes what is de-escalated is not known. Sometimes what the intelligence speak and try to nip in the back, working with, for example, the Peace Council and working with other traditional authorities, those ones are not known. If the ones that maybe turn very violent that we hear, what can we do differently? So I'm sure that I'm now broadening out the discussion to look beyond just the police, because peace is not just a function of policing, but as it stems from so many other things, right? So I think that more broadly we can look at what the other actors can do. But if you want me to speak to the issue of policing and the security sector in particular, There are long-term interventions, there are short-term interventions. Depending on the context we are talking about, from recruitment, what are they to recruit? Recruitment. How do you motivate people? You talk about issues of welfare, you talk about issues of logistics. In criminology, one thing that we call it the criminological 10, legitimacy 10, where we are looking at issues of trust and confidence. How do we build trust and confidence in state institutions within the security sector and outside the security sector? That usually is a result of a long-term endeavor where you want to build trust and confidence. When I say legitimacy in this context, I'm talking about trust and confidence. Now, if you just put the various episodes of Afrobarometer to what we are trying to do in terms of improving trust and confidence, there is a long way we have to travel. But it's not only the duty of the police, it's the duty of all of us.
Doc, let's bring it a bit closer home. And we've seen situations where in Accra West there was a funeral, firing of musketry took place, indiscriminate shooting. Some people suffered injuries, others died. We've had incidences like that, and over the weekend we saw violent clashes during the Pokwe sprinkling ceremony in the Teshie traditional area. People have died, others have been injured, and again we get told that investigations will have commenced, and we hardly hear the outcome of same. Is it the proliferation of small arms in the system that we are not getting a handle on, or it's a failure of intelligence, or it's both? What really is the situation here?
Okay, thank you. Now, first of all, let me try to put the discussion within a historical perspective so that people don't think that chieftaincy-related conflicts are new. It was one of the strengths of the colonial regime. Let me read something here from the Secretary for Native Affairs on June 27, 1921, by one chief called Chief Iwaya. He wrote to the Secretary of Native Affairs. My first degree is history. And if you are trained at the University of Ghana History Department, I don't know whether they still run the course. In the early 90s to late 90s, there was a course known as the Fanti States. What we were taught by Professor Fena Adofini, what happens is that you take the original colonial document and then you try to engage with it. And so there's a whole compendium of this. And so those who are interested, listen to me, can go to History Department. Now, let me read something here, verbatim. Quote, this was to the Secretary of Native Affairs. Calls on government to submit a surveyor, this is 1921, call on government to submit surveyor to determine boundary lines between, I wouldn't mention because maybe some of these issues would evoke memories and people will be saying that's what they said something. Okay, between X community and Y community, the chief of X sold a certain land within his portion, and another person said it wasn't within the boundary. Now, why am I reading this 1921 issue? By 1920, the early 1920s, Ghana began seeing a lot of chieftaincy conflict, partly because of the connection between the local economy and then the global economy, this neoliberal policy. So what happened was that the young guys started going to urban centers, started acquiring money, and money became a counterpower to the traditional powers of chiefs. And also, the youth were thinking that the chiefs were an impediment to their progress, because before the 20s, the chiefs generally, traditionally don't work, so they depend on the youth to work for them. There's a way they share the money. But then, with the advent of colonialism and with the introduction of cash crops, the young guys started getting money. And so money became a weight that they could use to fight the chiefs. And so although they were fighting the chiefs and it was feeling like a chieftaincy conflict, it was some way also a certain resistance against colonial rule. And I think that those type of conflicts laid the foundations to part of the problems you are seeing now, where people are fighting chieftaincy institutions for different reasons, because the reasons also evolve. The other thing is also that when you go back to, for example, I have a letter here from 1900. It was a letter from the acting colonial secretary, and he was writing about the challenges of chieftaincy conflict and ethnic conflict, and how he needed to send the Hausa constabulary and some military guys to go and deal with conflict. It was a recurring feature. So people shouldn't think that these chieftaincy problems you are seeing is new. No. In the early 20th century, that is 1900, it took crescendo around 1920. We are seeing all these problems. And the resilience of the problem, people talk about the solution, but the resilience of the problem is something else we can discuss. Now, back to your issue, the illicit proliferation of small arms. I'm hoping that you get journalists, I'll check myself though, who will tell us the type of firearms that were used. because I remember that when I was in charge of research at the National Peace Council, we worked extensively on Boku. I don't talk on Boku, so I'll end it. And other places. Some of the cartridges were beginning out, because I was in charge of research, right? Some of the cartridges were beginning to find were indicative of a number of things. Some of the places were introducing new type of rifles into the system by virtue of the casing of the cartridges that you find there, and by the impact of the wound, by the sound of the guns. So you were beginning to see a lot in terms of quality, in terms of quantity, in terms of deployment. We are beginning to see a lot of use of illicit proliferation of small arms. And I think that given what happened in Libya, and given that we are having challenges in the Sahel, the accessibility to these type of illegal weapons are becoming more pronounced. The other one is that they are licensed importers. So, for example, you can legally acquire single barrel, double barrel, pump action. When you go to the mining community, you hear them Galamsey side, they talk about pump action in addition to other rifles. If you go to where land guns are, they have pump action. Those guns may have been legally acquired, but then they have been channeled to criminal activity. And that transaction, for you to break that transaction, part of the way of breaking that transaction is having intelligence. And police work without informants is very difficult. And that's why I always try to encourage us that we should try and give police as much as possible information that they need. And the police will also try to enhance their legitimacy so that people will trust them. That transition of moving from the legal to the illegal here is very complex. There are those that are totally illegal, like M16, J3, CZ that the police are now using and things like that. Those are, strict liability. That way they are caught. But the ones that can straddle the dual use goods, as sometimes you call it, you can use it for good and bad. I'm talking about legally acquiring it, turning it for bad purposes. That transition is very complicated, and sometimes, in addition to the legal ones, accentuates the problem. The other thing I think that you see, there are reasons why people demand firearms, and there are reasons why people use it. Some of the things we are seeing from a gendered perspective is a very masculine affair. By virtue of our gender socialization from infancy, and there are proverbs that support this mindset, that gun is a very masculine thing. So, for example, there comes to say, Obato Chupo, it's rememberable. In other words, even if the woman have the financial wherewithal to acquire the weapon, at the end of the day, the guy that will use. Those are some of the gender dimensions to it. So sometimes you see the conflict, you might not understand it, but for some of the guys in there, it's a challenge to their notion of masculinity. And that challenge has to be responded. And if you don't respond, it's seen as a sign of weakness. But then what is weakness for one person might not necessarily be the weakness for another person. In other words, when you look at the whole problem from a gender perspective, repeating myself, the long-term solution sometimes in criminology, there's something we call, that's why I ended, if you have a question, I pick. There's something we call compliance, law-abiding behavior. The best law-abiding behavior doesn't come out of deterrence. It's voluntary compliance. Most of the time when I'm hearing people discussing, there's something in criminology we call penal popularism. Let's punish people. It's always punishment, more punitive measures. But when you sit down as a criminologist generally of a particular school of thought and you're looking at interventions, yes, you might want to look at deterrence, but then long-term effect of voluntary compliance is always the best. And that comes with sensitization, socialization, changing of values and things like that.
Doc, we have seen, okay, so the other question I would ask you, will probably be my final. I don't know if any of my colleagues in the studio have any other question for you, is that we lost our defense minister to a tragic incident. The president has asked the finance minister to superintend over that particular sector for some time. Is it time that a substantive minister was appointed for that role to give it the full attention it deserves, given what we are seeing in Gonja, in Boko, and all these other pockets of conflict you're seeing in other urban areas as well?
Thank you so much. Now, you are touching on a particular issue of security sector governance, and then you can add parenthetically reform, and the role of structure in shepherding that, or the role of leadership in achieving particular set goals. So security sector governance, the minister is very critical for so many reasons. But the security sector is bigger than the minister. The security sector includes all of us in different ways. But if you are talking about ministerial role, I think that you're right in saying that if you have a substantive minister, it helps. But we also know that by now the lobbying, the challenges that the president might be facing, because appointments are very difficult, as you and I would know, and some listeners would know. It's not that straightforward that the Constitution says the president can do it, then, so if so facto he can do it. It's very complicated. But yes, I would hope that in the coming weeks, as soon as possible, the president would appoint a minister. But repeating myself, appointing a minister doesn't mean all the problems will go, because there were ministers when there were these problems. It's a it's a collective, holistic approach in dealing with issues of peace, security, and development. And the media is one critical player. Okay, let me add media, parenthetically, also social media. And I think that the way we handle social media might not be necessarily under the Minister for Defense, although that social media has a telling impact on the trajectory of security at particular times here.
Right. Emmanuel Sowate, thank you for talking to us. He's a security analyst. We'll pick his thoughts up quickly on the security situation in the country. And that was his thoughts. You can join us with yours, 0549 986 996. Go for it.
Yeah, as always, good to hear from Dr. Sowate. Good morning to him, my good friend Dr. Sowate. Yeah, but I'll take you to the back page of the Daily Graphic. So I think we missed this one. Police secure injunction against Teshie Homowo celebration. So the High Court in Accra has prohibited the people of Teshie from organizing non-traditional outdoor or public events related to the Homowo festival. The restraining order was procured by the Ghana Police Service after the sprinkling of Kwekwe was marred by violent clashes, which led to the death of 2 people and the injury of several celebrants. Then goes on to, I think we reviewed parts of that, but we didn't deal with the injunction part of it. So since Saturday, the police have deployed 350 personnel to Teshie to ensure compliance with the directives of the court. And this came from the Teshie District Commander, Chief Superintendent Vincent Adote. So they've cancelled the annual football gala that is held between Teshie. They've cancelled other events. There's a singing competition organized by the Pineal Presbyterian Church, which has also been cancelled.
So this was after August 26th?
Yes, this was the weekend.
Yeah.
And on Friday morning, when we reviewed the Daily Graphic as well, the police had indicated to us that they were expecting more clashes in this. And that tells us that this is not new. But I'm going to cause a bit of a problem this morning. You see, Accra is the capital. Capital means several things. It's the heart of investment. It's
political center.
It's the political center.
Administrative.
There's a lot that happens here. So we cannot afford the incidents that happen here that cause the kind of problems that we've had these last few months or so, and also with the celebration of the Homowo festival. Because what it does look like is factions within the city, factions linked to the various quarters or families who lay claim to certain stools or whatever, use the Homowo to assert a claim. So it has no longer become a festival of just hooting at hunger. It has become a festival of, that is when we show
dominance.
We are the ones who own this part of Accra, or we own that part of Accra. Because if you look at the Soutum one, for instance, and you follow the narration, it was a matter of boundaries. You can do this, you can do that, but why are you doing this here? Because this is ours. This is our boundary in the capital. If I had my small advice to give, I would say for a while, this injunction should apply on the festivals
across the board.
Yes, it is Accra.
As in freeze the celebrations across the
because we have done it in other parts of the country before. We've done it in the north.
The Samampede festival.
We've frozen festivals for years to solve issues. You see, because what is going to happen? Last year, we had clashes. We reported on this. The year before, there were clashes. So, Utuom Jinoho is not new. Next year, it will happen. On the front page is Ni Abu Kwashibu. He's dead. He's what, 27 years old. There are all kinds of people who are vested in this, who are employing desperate young men and women to cause mayhem in the city. If you watched the videos of some of the incidents that were happening, you see, and that is linked to a second point, and Sky made that point as well. The Ghana Police Service, I think they issued a statement some time ago on the firing of musketry and whatnot. Again, it might be time to just come out and put a blanket ban on the firing of firearms at festivals and these events. Yeah. Just come out and say it is not allowed. Because, and not just say it, enforce it. Because what we have come to realize is that during these festivals, and it's not just in Accra, we've seen it at other festivals, people are not firing muskets. They are firing
real weapons,
semi-automatics. And when they are firing the semi-automatics, you find a police constable standing there just watching them. Because the person is wearing some fugu adorned with some talismans and things, apparently it is allowed for that person to be in possession of that kind of firearm that even the policeman himself perhaps doesn't have access to.
Yeah.
So what our festivals have become now, we need the Ghana Police Service, IGP Yohunu and his people, look, to not just tell us some of these things. They need to be really strict, because the truth of the matter is this. Outside of just we have a small arms problem. The previous person who ran the Small Arms Commission has said it. Adam Bona, who runs the place now, has also said it. And the difficulty is we don't actually even know just how many small arms are in the country. The last time a baseline study was done was 2014.
Yeah.
Now, after 2014, we had grown from having 240,000 small arms in 2004 to 2.3 million in 2014. We are in 2025. We don't know how many are registered, how many are unregistered. I'm sure it's in the millions. A country with a population of 33 million, with, let's safe bet, 1.2 million unregistered firearms running through the system. It doesn't make sense. It's completely out of control. It's completely out of control and requires our security apparatus to be absolutely, I want...
Ruthless.
Exactly.
Ruthless.
They need to be ruthless with the matter. There is too much gun crime. And the last time I made this point, because we don't measure, because if you go on the Ghana Police Service website, for instance, the last time they even put up crime statistics was a while back. But when I sit here, Kakra sits here, Sky sits here, you sit here, we review newspapers. Purely on the basis of reviewing newspapers, you can tell that gun crime has gone up exponentially in Ghana. Nobody needs to tell you. So if we are aware of these things, what is stopping us from enforcing the rules and taking action? Some of it preemptive, because as for the guns, if we are not careful, because of where we also are, guns are running around us left, right, center. Burkina Faso, plenty guns. Togo, plenty guns. Benin, plenty guns. Nigeria, because of their Boko Haram issues, plenty guns. Niger, pass through, plenty guns. Chad, plenty guns.
Mali, Libya.
Everywhere, we are surrounded by just guns. And suddenly, last week, we were reading the messages when our listener from Dansuman told us about the fact that bullets have now been falling on rooftops and car tops in Dansuman.
True.
Because people have been firing guns indiscriminately. The Ghana Police Service, the National Security Apparatus, all the people in that need to come out with a strategy that completely deals with the guns in the system. People are hiding guns in all kinds of places. The slightest thing, somebody pulls a gun. The slightest thing, somebody pulls a gun. We've had by-elections where people show up with guns in their fugus. Because of guns, it even impacts what you can wear in parts of the north, in parts of the country, because if you wear fugu, they think that you are you're hiding a gun. So now you have to wear t-shirts simply because of that. But is that the best way to deal with these things? I think that our national security apparatus needs to be up and doing with these things. But also because we are on the matter of the Homo War and its clashes, I wish the Ghana Police Service would seek a prolonged injunction until they are able to get to the point where they say that, look, we are okay with the security situation in Accra. Otherwise, we will just report on this. Once the right now we are in Labadi, right? That's where the ban is. After that, they will celebrate. We don't know what is going to happen. So next year we will get to that point again. And you know, some of the things, I don't know who is in a position to deal with some of the conflicts that are here, but we know most of it has to do with chieftaincy. And this platform is not the platform to go into Ghana history and culture when it comes to the chieftaincy. We know it's very complicated. But some headway must be made where they must also be told, and that's why I'm saying this is the capital. The fact that this is the capital means that we can, the state needs to assert its authority in a way that lets everybody understand that this is the capital. I can understand the social, cultural considerations that are being given, but we must also understand that a capital is more than that.
So that if anything threatens the peace and stability of same, you have to come in.
We have embassies here. So let's just assume that there were 3 embassies located in Teshie, 2 located at Soto, 1 located in some other place, or there is a massive factory in one of those places where somebody has gone to put in $100 million, $150 million. Somebody will touch that factory because somebody has gone to sprinkle quickly
at a boundary that
perhaps somebody doesn't agree. And that alone is a spark that will cost this country more than that. So that's what I'm saying. People might think my submission is a bit strange, but I think because of the fact that we live in the capital city, the tactics that must apply here must be different. Someone will say, why does Accra matter more than this place or that place? Or we must deal with all those conflicts. But whether we like it or not, a political choice was made several decades ago that this would be the capital city. That means that it gets preferential treatment. Whether you like it or not, it will get preferential treatment. Although Accra is not behaving like a capital city. I was just checking some numbers. Accra needs to wake up. Accra is 10th best in education.
10th best
12th
in Africa?
In the country.
Oh, in Accra, okay.
Greater Accra
Ghana,
region is 10th best in education, 12th best in health, 11th best in nutrition, 5th in regional governance, 13th in child protection.
Where are you getting those numbers?
This is from the district league table 2023. That's the latest one that is available. If you put it together,
Accra is sleeping.
So many people here.
It does not matter. It is the capital. You can't be 10th best in education. You can't be 12th best in health. We can't be 11th best in nutrition.
Meanwhile, we have some of the best health facilities
you
in the country.
are 13th in child protection. But that is also the thing. If you read it, it will tell you that it is not the availability of the infrastructure that makes you efficient.
Is the service, the quality?
Did it say anything about security?
Oh yes, everything is there.
What are they saying about security?
I didn't touch on that, but I will do that for you. We are first in a few things, but we expect those ones. We are first in water. We are first in sanitation. We are first in energy.
First in sanitation.
Yes.
Accra.
In fact, where we are,
serious?
Kole Klote is sanitation wise.
And the table, and the district
Kole Klote, yes, was number one.
It won number one 2 years ago. And still winning.
Yes, that's.
In terms of waiting.
Good morning to Honorable Gazy. He's the MC.
I think
that tells you the state of the nation.
So that is enough basis to even question the metrics that was used.
No, this is from the NDPC. This is from the National Planning, National Development Planning.
Have they been here?
Have they been where?
Have they been to the College
Oh yes,
district?
Yes,
they've come here to do their research.
No, Sky, it means that we are better than most. The fact that we are complaining about the state of College
let's impugn the science behind it was clean. The methodology is clear and well explained. But it just
it's a fair question if there's an obvious gap between the data and the reality.
Because what I see around
what we experience.
The point is that when they weight the other places and they compare to Kole Klote, then Kole is a king of his own.
And also the improvements that have been made
over the years.
The percentage improvements might be better than some others might have this and others might have declined.
Right.
You understand? But that's what I'm saying. So this is where we live. So in addition, we have real city problems to deal with. So we cannot come and add too many guns. Because somebody says that I want to sprinkle Kwekwe at Sky's doorstep, and the other person says I want to sprinkle it at Godfrey's doorstep. Thank you, Caleb.
Right. So that's a good one.
Somebody is saying that the Lawan was celebrated last Tuesday, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just
okay. So it says that La Omoho was celebrated last Wednesday, but the ban on drumming will be lifted this Friday. The conflict happened in Teshie, not La. The conflict happens every year. This is Kone Lai from La. He sent that one through.
Thank you, Kone.
Yeah, thanks for that clarity.
And then, quite a few. Let me just read that.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Beku, help me.
Yeah.
Now we could just go to the new ones first. Then I will. Okay. Godfrey's submission reminds me of a friend who went discharging AK into the air at ANC Mall during a 31st December crossover euphoria. Ooh. His career has been truncated since.
Wow, AK-47.
Godfrey, please tell your churches that the Teshie injunction by the court was blatantly disregarded. There was a massive pashimo yesterday, and the numbers were even larger than that of last week. That resulted in the death. But you can bring your cameras to Teshie this coming Saturday to see if the injunction worked or not, because this Saturday is the last day for the celebration. So the Nake says they are not even minding. They are doing their own thing there. Wow. Caleb, nowadays it's very difficult to attend funerals in Ghana because almost all chiefs, either sub or mahine, use guns and allow their bodyguards to also use it. That's why almost all the youth are now having guns, because the leaders acquired for them. A jabba from Nyametiase. Guys, let's also not forget that Galamsey has anticipated the proliferation of short and semi-automatic guns. Very sophisticated guns are running through Galamsey corridors with reckless abandon. Our problems are connected. I keep saying that those who brought democracy are currently using military police in and around the cities and at the entrances of the country. We need to wake up and stop pampering issues. Ghana is not as safe as it used to be. This is DJ Nature.
Good one there.
Caleb,
yes.
for me, that's so. Just quickly, I see you're about to read something. That's for me is the question: do you feel safe? Generally, as a Ghanaian, do you feel safe? Do you feel that the police is up to task? It's increasingly disappointing to hear a series of violence, public display of violence, and the growing impunity. As one texter messaged that even the injunction on the Teshie traditional activities is blatantly being disregarded. And it raises the question about the competence of the police and to a large extent the general national security of this country. For me, I think that it's a bad signal, especially because tomorrow there's a by-election that's going to happen at Etiwa. And so this sends out a bad signal if it appears that the police is not up to task with the general security of the country, given the series of clashes that we have seen.
And the sort of pronouncements that have even come from the political leaders.
Yes, and even the things we see on social media. I saw this morning, I think Sky referred to it, a group of motor riders in NDC t-shirts. My understanding was that vigilantism had been outlawed. That appeared to me like some kind of attempt of vigilantism, and the leader or whoever was making signs like using his hand to cross his throat. That's a symbol of death and or even violence. I kind of feel that I don't think that the IGP has been impressive. I do not think that, and I believe he owes a certain explanation or a certain assurance. Okay, when we hear that you are deploying police officers here and there, that's all good. But the expectation is that the intelligence you get, you act on it, and we see some kind of results. If the police failed to quell the clashes that happened in Teshie, but subsequently they went and obtained an injunction to prevent, further violence, that was well and good, and that was commendable. How did they miss the opportunity to do same and prevent the violence that happened in Soutium? How should we then feel that tomorrow's Etiwa election is not going to be similar? Akwetia election is not going to be similar to what we saw in is it Ablekuma North? So I think that the police service generally has to be up and doing.
So interesting conversation. Sky is pushing and asking for the president to name a substantive minister for defense, and so that we can give full and dedicated attention to our security situation. Government is asking for directives, a clear directive banning the firing of musketry at social functions, ceremonies, and all.
Firearms.
Firearms, yes.
Because the people are not firing muskets.
Firearms,
they are firing
yes.
guns.
And then you've also called for, prolonged injunction on festivals across the board, because this is the capital city, and we have to, by all means.
My friend Nilanti Van Kandison agrees with me. He is a proper gunman.
Okay.
And he says, I agree security in Accra must improve. However, to say injunct Homo in Accra due to two spas cannot be considered. It won't happen anywhere. Principal Traditional Authority will deal with those issues. Kindly de-escalate the generality. Hashtag Ghana's man. But until, like I'm telling you, which Principal Traditional Authority in Accra? You know Accra better than I do. Gamashi, Osu, La, Nungwa, Teshie, Tema, Asiri, Abula, Bese, Sempe, Alata, and the other one, Akumaje. Who is de-escalating what where? Last year there were reports. The year before there were reports. The year before there were reports. When has anything been de-escalated? It's good to talk and be sentimental about it. But the facts on the ground indicate that every year we are reporting. And more people are dying. More people have died in the Homo War this year than died last year. More people will die in the Homo War next year than died this year.
If we don't act.
Yes.
But, see, I think one of the things that emboldens people to act with impunity is where there's a feeling that they will not be punished, or where there's an attempt to punish or a pretense that we are punishing.
So they think they can get away with impunity.
Exactly. Look at it. I mean, when have we read news here that these Homo War related clashes or the political clashes that we see, people have been sentenced to serve jail terms in big ways, talking about the big ticket killings. As a result of that, they have been convicted and they are spending years in jail. Just recently, we heard that the folks who misbehaved in Ablekuma North, right?
Yeah.
They were given what?
6,000.
But you are the lawyer. Explain it. What happened? Don't sound surprised. You are the lawyer. They were giving penalty points.
Now you ask yourself, how is that deterrent? Because if you look at it, if the person who recruited me to misbehave will simply go and pay off that, then I can easily be recruited again to go to Akwetia and go and commit similar offenses. But if you put me in there, you put the person in there, the person who sponsored him will not go there in with him.
Sky, Please hold your thoughts on that. I'll come back to you for more, and then some messages as well. Just want to take care of these very quickly. Congratulations to Mr. Daniel Labiteko. He's the CEO of Enterprise Group PLC on being named Group CEO of the Year at the 2025 National Business Honors Awards, and the celebration doesn't stop there. Mrs. Akosia Ansa Entry, MD of Enterprise Insurance, also received the top honor as the CEO of the Year, General Insurance category, while Enterprise Insurance was crowned General Insurance Company of the Year. Adding to the celebration, Genevieve Cornelius, General Manager of Transitions, was recognized as an outstanding business leader in the interment industry, with Transitions named as the Ultimate Funeral Services Company of the Year. As Ghana's leading financial services provider, these recognitions reflect not just strong leadership and financial excellence, but a deeper commitment to you, our cherished customer. At Enterprise, our mission is simple: to give everyone who comes into contact with us their desired advantage, because we are the best at what we do. So thank you for choosing us today, and always Enterprise, your advantage. KGL Group, in partnership with Parliament, presents second edition of the Democracy Cup, titled KGL Democracy Cup 2025. Is happening live on the 5th of September 2025 at the University of Ghana, Legon. The Democracy Cup is aimed at promoting national unity through sports, and it will feature 2 football games this year, with the first game being a ceremonial game between the Parliament and the Judiciary at 3 p.m. Come watch your favorite government officials display football skills like never before. The second game, which promises to bring a showdown between the two home titans, Accra Hearts of Oak and Citi rival Accra Great Olympics, it will also kick off at exactly 6 p.m. Who takes home the much anticipated trophy? Be there to witness the live action and also stand a chance to win massive prizes. Get your tickets now: 20 Ghana cedis for regular, 200 cedis for VIP. It includes assorted drinks with an all-you-can-eat finger foods. Call 0206 066 833. KGL Group Cup Democracy, One Nation, One Vision. Go for it. So I got something wrong. I was trying to say Mr. Daniel Labi. Okay, so Tieku is Tieku, right? Tieku. Oh, I said Tieku. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. But his name is Mr. Daniel Labi Tieku. Is the CEO of Enterprise Group PLC. Apologies, I got that really wrong. So we'll just take a very quick break. When we're back, we have messages and we'll continue the conversation from there. Thank you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands will link up or more. Hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat. Use code Keep Moving 50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now.
Somebody's burning something. Massa, whether it's rubbish, grass from your lawn, a car tire or electrical parts you burn, you are producing smoke particles that can choke your lungs. And soon, gone too soon. Look, all the fumes you already inhale from the vehicles, the dust on the road and all that, they are choking your lungs. And guess what that can lead to? According to the World Health Organization, as many as 28,000 people die in Ghana each year from air pollution. So do something. Stop the air pollution so we can all breathe free. Send WhatsApp or call 0579-724-072 or speak to your assembly. They will do something. Air pollution kills.
This message was brought to you by Infinity 970 and supported by Breathe Cities.
If you know these sounds, You didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Listen up. This could change your life. The working environment is changing fast. You need knowledge coupled with skills, not just certificates. The Design and Technology Institute DTI is offering an incredible opportunity. The Precision Internship, a 6-month intensive training program in hospitality, precision welding, fabrication and spraying, fashion and apparel, electronics and electricals, CAD/CAM, and more. And guess what? It's completely free for fresh graduates and students just out of school.
I thought it would be all theory in a classroom, but it's nothing like that. We are visiting industries, getting hands-on experiences, and even learning how to start our businesses. It's exciting. It's giving me real hope for my future.
Opportunities like this don't last forever. Register now and spread the word. The PQ internship is brought to you by DTI in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation and Ascent Senate. Visit pqi.dtiafrica.com or call 059-455-9187 for more information. PQ, wired for opportunities.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So it's 13 after 9. So much on our minds. But what are you proud of? At First Atlantic Bank, we are proud to be crowned Digital Bank of the Year, not once, 2 times back to back. And it's not just a fancy title, it's a celebration of our commitment and relentless drive to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking. Whether it's through our mobile app, internet banking, USSD, or any of our seamless platforms, we make sure your banking experience is truly safe, fast, and secure. So why settle for less? Join the Purple family today and experience the true meaning of smart banking. 2-time Digital Bank of the Year back to back before enter your ear. Follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at First Atlantic GH. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. So some messages, I couldn't agree more with Godfred. It's always great to hear his voice. Too many of the people in the media are too afraid to be hitting the nail on the head. I think that approach allows the duty bearers to be lax and irresponsible. You add, good morning. The whole of Soweto guys, I can boldly say, out of 100%, 70% are using gun. Hey, wow, that's a strong comment or observation. As I'm talking to you from today moving forward.
No, Caleb, read it.
Wow. Okay. So he says the whole of Soweto guys, I can boldly say, out of 100%, 70% are using guns. As I am talking to you from today, there's what? As I'm speaking to you, there's not going to be peace, because God should help us. When
it started, the police came in and they couldn't even solve the issue.
Okay, so they are saying that the police couldn't handle the issue when they came in at the start of the violence.
Yeah, the name of the place is Soweto. Is that to say, like, you hold your gun, right? That's what is normal. That doesn't have a Ghana name or some indigenous name, but this Soweto business, without any disrespect to I look, often you hear all kinds of volatile. I lived at Odoko official town, and those days I used to go to these places, Soweto and then the Ablekuma, all of these places, and these are areas that have always seen one violence or the other, land disputes, all kinds of things, and so something has to happen there. Something must change.
Some attention is needed there.
It's important. It's important.
Getting some idea. So the Soweto, and linking it to this comment that he's saying about 70% of the guys have guns.
When I was at Odoko official town those days, there were almost always issues about land disputes, because those were the years that a lot of new developments were coming up. People were fighting over lands. People were allegedly seizing other people's lands. Chiefs were allegedly double selling lands, so they will sell to Kakra and they will sell the same land to Akoto and then come and sell the same one to me. So before you go there, you have to be fully armed. All kinds of things were happening there. So I'm not surprised that there are boundary disputes that have escalated to people, and it is important we suppress the situation. Otherwise,
it will escalate, right?
I want to stay on the message from Soweto, which is why I think the IGP has some questions to answer. It is very dangerous when citizens tell us this, that they don't think the police can solve the security problems. That is a huge, significant indictment, a lack of confidence in the police, whose job is to ensure law and order.
And you have already mentioned that you don't think the IGP has been impressive given the security situation we are seeing. And we are looking for a lot more. They should stamp their feet and make their presence felt as far as security is concerned. Well noted. As a country, we need to be ruthless in admitting that chieftaincy has outlived its use, and the disadvantages of continuing to maintain chiefs far outweigh the benefits. Almost every conflict we have seen in this country is linked with chieftaincy and the land reach of same. Meanwhile, they have failed in the little role of effectively being custodians of our lands. If they were any effective, we wouldn't be grappled with the issues of Galamsey and the problems with land tenure that we see. In any case at all, in 2025, why will anyone automatically assume power and all the benefits that come with it over another person just by virtue of the fact that he comes from a particular family? Power will he send that from Medina? This one doesn't have a name. Accra isn't a government territory. It is an indigenous territory controlled by the Gans. To settle this debate, government should build a new capital and classify it a government-controlled territory devoid of any tribal influence. But why are you going to move to that people who are not already there? Anyway, good morning, team. Calling security to be up and doing with respect to too many small arms and other arms is not enough, because let's ask ourselves, the arms and bullets they got missing at the Ghana Armed Forces. Where are they? Okay. Hi, Sky. The capital punishment must be brought back. Kweku, you sent this from Accra. You certainly addressed it to Sky because you know he would disagree. Yeah, clearly. I wonder why the vociferous advocates for peace and security have gone hauntingly silent at this juncture, where we're experiencing killings and gross abuse of law. The recent killings in Soweto during the Homo celebration should send chills signals that we aren't safe with how the people carry arms with bravado. The IG should channel same energy in arresting social media misdemeanors to these grave crimes as well. Jomo send that from Pokwase Festus.
Yeah, okay. I think there's some weight or force in that submission, except to say that, look, we can deal with the two issues without trying to project one over the other.
Right.
If people make irresponsible comments on social media, it is important that where they come within the full ambit of the law, the relevant institutions of state, including the police, if there is real threat to public safety and public order, they are at liberty to deal with it. But equally, where people brazenly use, offensive weapons to foment trouble, kill people, maim others, we expect that the people responsible will be arrested and they will be dealt with before the courts in record time. And it will be done in a way that does not undermine their right to fair trial, but that would ensure that they are properly dealt with. Now, this idea that, the people go foment trouble, sometimes they are arrested, and before you know it, people go and plead on their behalf, nobody gets punished, nobody goes to jail, and we just assume that things will go back to normal.
Yeah.
That clearly is
not
not acceptable. We cannot continue to run the country like that.
Very well noted. Caleb, good morning. I've lived at Soweto since 1997 and the area has been very peaceful until recent events on Saturday. However, the police at Soweto are very familiar with the people, which may compromise law enforcement. Sad to say so, though. I passed in front of the palace on Saturday late afternoon with heavily armed policemen, but didn't know what happened yesterday evening. Someone sent a message that is ringing on my mind strongly, that these days they feel concerned even attending funerals because of the firing of musketry and all these violent outbreaks that can be characterized with same. So I think it goes to say that more is required of the people who are leading our various security apparatus. We need to do a lot more in that area. Anyway, so that said, I want to go for it. I want to turn your attention to something interesting that happened to me last night, right?
What happened to you?
So I was going home late in the evening and I decided to pass through all of these shops to grab something just to drink while I drove.
Hey, you are living the life in Accra, pal.
Oh no, just
continue. Some of us will just go and drink water home.
Then you went somewhere.
No, I was on my way home. Then
he just passed somebody to get something to drink.
I said, "Oh, Charlie, understand? I was having some dry throat and so let me grab one of Alistair's things." When I got there, I didn't see Alistair's thing on the fridge. Okay. So I saw something else.
Okay.
It looked interesting, so I just picked it because it said iced tea. It had mint and lemon or something like that. It looked nice, but I was feeling bad because when I look at the packaging and the brand, it looked like it was a foreign thing. But I wanted to try it. It was the first time I saw it. I bought it. I finished the thing. It was nice.
So you bought it where?
This is at a fuel service station. Those mats they have.
Okay.
This morning when I got to work, I took a closer look at the bottle, and I was very pleasantly surprised.
Oh, beautiful.
It's made in Ghana. In fact, I'm ashamed to think that by the sheer quality of the branding, I just assume me now that I've been talking about the innovation and excellence of Ghanaians in the enterprise space and all of that. I just assume that this one there, the way it was done, was neatly done, and so I'm confessing to you that sometimes say.
What was it? What kind of juice was it?
Oh, it's iced tea. So it has mint, it has lemon. It was not too sugary, so I'm sure Kakra would like it too. It was just nice. It was chilled too. Yeah, I'll show you the bottle when we finish.
So you assumed it was foreign.
I'm telling you.
Took it away, drank it, and this morning.
I discovered that I saw the Ghana flag somewhere down there. I said, "Oh, shame on you, Caleb," because it was really good, and that goes to point to the fact that even though we are even doing the work highlighting more made in Ghana, there's still a lot more we need to do, and there's more innovation, more beauty, more excellence, more good work coming from our entrepreneurs, and we need to give them all the push that they can get.
I get excited when I hear things like that, but normally I also have fear. because most of these brands come and die quickly.
Well, that's the other part.
You know, they come and they die really quickly. And you ask yourself, why can't we see? Look, there's a brand, there's a Nigerian brand, soft drink brand, that within like 2 years, it's basically competing,
disrupting the market.
Yeah, it's competing with everybody. You understand? And so you ask yourself, can we have a brand like that? I know, like Casa Preco has done well to spread its wings to other places,
other markets. Yes,
you know.
True.
But like the sheer scale of that, you know, you ask yourself whether we can be able to do that, plus other products as well. So for me, I'm always afraid of like those kind of things, because you end up falling in love with this iced tea,
and before you know, it's no longer on the
next
market.
Year, the last time Sky and I went to drink some nice thing at the place.
Yes.
What's a nice thing?
Don't worry.
Something nice. Something nice.
Don't worry. None of us take alcohol. Don't worry. None of us drink alcohol. So when we are there, we had some nice thing there.
Yeah, what's the name of that?
We will be able to find it if we are looking for it.
Yeah.
You know,
the Kimbu Garden.
And it's interesting because I was just also about to ask Kakra about, you know, her family business, Tekura. They make arts and crafts for furniture. Like, can you talk to me about how you compete with those that come from outside? How do you stay competitive? Because the reason I'm asking this is like, we have this
what's that?
Oh, This Is Ghana coming up. Sorry, I just mind is in lots of places. You know, we have This Is Ghana coming up this weekend. And last year, for instance, there were over 300 exhibitors at This Is Ghana.
Wow.
Which is why this morning, when Sky said, go and pay your money.
It's very important.
But the question I wanted to ask myself was like, I hope those companies that showed up, most of them have grown.
And doing better.
You know, and have expanded, or we've seen a certain level of development, or I want to hear the success stories, because it's very difficult. You know, like our NTs, our non-traditional exports, like outside of the cocoa, outside of the timber, outside of the gold. What else is there? You know, and we are looking for, we see a lot of things going out there, but on what skill? Just wanted to ask you, like, how do you even compete? Because like last week, for instance, so I wanted to buy something, furniture, and you know, sometimes these days there's a lot of competition between the second-hand furniture that comes in with the
locally crafted
ones. And so I was just to buy a wardrobe.
Okay.
Now in my neighborhood there's a carpenter there, you know, who makes these things. Yeah, Achu is there.
How did you just name him Achu then?
Actually, that's his name.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
So you got that right.
Cape.
You know.
Has he been in your employ before?
So was
it a guest then?
There's Achu and then there's Mensa, and I'll tell you something. So Achu's business is still there. When I was moving in, Mensa was the one who made the bed in my house.
Okay.
But when I returned from this trip, I went to check on Mensa. Mensa shut his shop.
Oh no.
Yes. So I was like, where's Mensa? Because I needed Mensa to do something for me. Mensa was like, but the people that he's competing against, like, because Mensa makes wardrobes and those things, and Mensa's goods are affordable. Like Mensa's wardrobe, a reasonable wardrobe could cost like 3,500. If you tell him, he'll tell you 3,200. But Friday, for instance, second-hand goods had come at some place in my area, Kamara, 205, that side. So I stopped there from work to check. Charlie, 8,000 Ghana cedis, 9,000 Ghana cedis for tables, chairs, 3,000, 2 sets of a table and chair, 3,500, 4,000. Interior decor things, 2,500, 3,000. Like handmade lamps, 3,000, 4,000. So like, and that's what I wanted to ask you, like, how do you people survive?
So for me, I would say that
things look better now. Tekura is 25 years old. And when we started, made in Ghana was not attractive. Made in Ghana was perceived as something of poor quality and something that suggested that you didn't have the money, and so you were buying something cheap. And so I think that over the years it's been impressive, but it's still a legitimate question that Godfred asks about competition. You have all kinds of cheaper alternatives, some of poor quality, some fair quality, coming in to compete with what you do. When we started, there wasn't properly a local industry or an indigenous industry, a market within for decorative pieces, furniture, handicraft in Ghana. Okay, that so for instance, if you watched it's not Black Panther. It is Black Panther. The initial Black Panther film where the guy talked about the Ashanti mask. The perception was that this is demonic. This looks like some kind of devil worship. But over the years, we've been able to transition in telling a story about heritage. And so for us, our strong point is about the story about heritage and also about quality. One of our biggest selling points is quality. When we make furniture for you, you are guaranteed that a decade will come and the furniture will be there.
Very strong.
So yes, so that's also one thing. So these are the two key things that we have championed to deal with the competition. The Ghanaian customer is also becoming a bit more sophisticated, and we are, like I always say, there's a wind of heritage. People are curious about their own identities and who they are and where they come from. It's not just the diaspora, the Ghanaian diaspora, but even in Ghana here as well. And so people are making more sophisticated decisions about what they purchase. The decision now for some is not about cost. So if somebody, there are people who, when they are getting, if they've seen something on Tekura's social media or WhatsApp website, their decision is about what it communicates to them. It's talking about, so we've got products that are designed from cultural traditions from Volta region, Central region, Ashanti region. They are interested in that connection. That identity that the product brings to them, and the fact that if they buy this piece of wood, it's not going to break in a year, that it's solid, it's durable. So that's how we've been able to, and also the growing sophistication of the Ghanaian consumer, and that has helped. Still, there are people who make decisions about their purchases solely on cost. But increasingly, we've found creative ways to deal with that. For instance, we do discount sales during, I think October is when we have our anniversary, and we're able to bring down prices for people who cost us their priority to still come in and get their pieces.
Interesting. I hope it picks up, because
if you were with us when we started, you will appreciate where we are now.
I'm just thinking of you, and I'm thinking about the others.
Yes.
Because like Saturday when I show up, like I'm looking at all these small, medium scale enterprises who are spending good money to be on a platform that they know gives them value, but then they show up, and then the market will show up as well. And we ask ourselves, will we be able to take the lead in some of these things? Because like we've been number one in gold for a while. 1 and 2 in cocoa. We're not adding any value. Now we're doing the cocoa paste. We're doing just the shea butter. Raw. But
now they're getting the fruits, the nuts itself.
Yes.
That's even terrible for our industry, for the industry.
Yes.
They're exporting the nuts.
The nuts, But at least we ask ourselves, like, a lot of people have entered that space where they are not able to produce these goods, add value to it, and then send it out there. But just how competitive? Because I ask myself, like, can we get, like, what's the biggest brand in that space, for instance, in the shea butter space, out of Ghana? You understand? Out there. Because I would not be surprised if there is a much bigger share butter cream whatever one producing company in some place that doesn't even have the tree, which is normally the case. You know, like with cocoa.
True.
Switzerland is the hub, but there is no cocoa tree there, you know. But where is the growth coming from? And the numbers indicate that we are doing well, but we could be so much better. I was just taking a quick look at the GEPA numbers. And last year, let me see, 3.8 billion. That's according to Ghana Export Promotion Authority. But that was even a decline. From 2023. You know, and let me see. This was due to a drop in, and I'm reading for Citi News from one. This was due to a drop in iron and steel exports, which is a major contributor. And cocoa paste was there, so it's the top earner. And then cocoa butter and shea oil also grew in that space. And then processed and semi-processed goods have also grown in that space. And this is the thing for me. So in 2024, a total of 609 different non-traditional products were exported to 152 countries. And this involved 1,543 companies. So there are a lot of companies getting into the space. However, the report revealed that just 86 firms accounted for approximately 80% of the total revenues. So it means there are just a few high-performing enterprises in that space, and that is where
the devil is in the detail, and the detail is a bit disappointing.
Yes, that is where the problem, I guess, lies. So very, very few, but the revenue seems to be going up. But where is the larger growth? And I hope Saturday provides, you know, and I think I appreciate the fact that, not just because I work here, I appreciate the fact that we've been able to do this consistently. You know.
Just before you go there, I just wanted to speak to what you said about competition, and also the guarantee that an SME in shea butter or what have you can survive for even 5 years. Somebody shared a picture on social media about the safety pin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. The safety pin.
It's been there
that
for
the safety
a long
pin
time.
Has been the way it is in the 60s, in 2020 somethings is still the same. It's also about the kind of innovation and understanding your product, okay? Because competition will always come and go. I think that the challenge about scaling is not for every SME, especially because it is not even the case that indigenous companies are adequately or reaching the local demand. There's a demand right here in market in Ghana that we are yet to satisfy.
You know?
And so I feel that if we can focus on that, that's not saying that we shouldn't export, but doing export requires a lot more, which is not within the purview of the SME, which is the government. The government must meet the SMEs halfway. That is not necessarily the case as it is right now. But I feel that there's a market right here that we can focus on while we try, or maybe wait for the day the government will, you know, clear the path for export business to be done and done, you know, very well.
Governor, I get your point, because, for example, if I were a Ghanaian in the craft space where I produce balustrades and things like that, if I am going to do them and I would need to have skilled craftsmen to work on the balustrades, I'll be dealing with the cost of energy, the cost of power in putting things together. So you're looking at the taxes you're paying, the cost of doing business, you're looking at the cost of electricity, the tariffs you're paying, all of that put together, and even the cost of capital. So that if you're looking at the interest you're paying on the loans you procure and putting together something, if you're costing that in a way that you'll be profitable, you're able to pay all your statutory payments, pay your workers and keep them motivated. Because the other challenge I see most of those in the creative craftsmanship space suffer from is loyalty of their most skilled craftsmen, because many of them would rather want to go and do things here and there or do things on their own. So training skilled craftsmen or apprentices and having them alone is a different ball game altogether. You add the attitude of some stealing and all those things, and you're in a different world altogether. Then you're dealing with competition coming from people who have honed their skill over the years, doing things at scale, and have the most innovative and modern machines to make sure they are producing cutting edge final products. They are doing this at scale and also at relatively cheaper with cheaper cost of capital. So if you put all that together and you are competing with these people globally, and your ports, people are able to dump their products here, that makes it tough for Achu to survive the competition that's coming from Turkey, China, and elsewhere.
You raise a very valid point, but let me take off from the second-hand business that Godfrey spoke about. Largely, if you went to homes in the 90s and 80s when I was growing up, you always found this very unique, locally made
upholstery.
Yeah, and of course chairs that you find that, they normally would put the cushions inside, right?
Yeah, with a blue rubber.
With a blue rubber, and then you put some
white skirts or something.
Yeah, that's
on the top.
Yeah, the top. That's inside. So that if you put your head there, it will not even
stain
you see. And you found that even you saw that on GTV and the TV stations. It was a GTV that was practically available as of that time when they were doing their Ghanaian movies and all of these things. Yeah. So a lot of our carpenters, especially those from the Volta region, were producing things like this. And there was no shame in having those chairs and, these other tables and all of these things in your homes, right? You would also remember the room dividers. People who were not fortunate enough to afford big rooms had, room dividers to separate where they sleep or where they slept from where they will receive visitors. So if you live, for instance, in a single room,
that's true.
You had this room divider, which was, putting, you keep your things in those spaces. They were providing Ghanaian jobs. People were in those spaces. Fast forward 2025, what do we find? If you go on the stretch towards Kwashiman right now, on both sides of the road.
So La Paz,
immediately Yamiche Junction,
all the way to Awoshi Bayard,
exactly. You'll find that a huge percentage of the furniture you find there are used furniture imported into the country, and people are selling them.
And we're also buying
dining tables,
and we are buying a lot of them. Now, first of all, you ask yourself, where is the government policy? Understand that some people have built their own economy around the importation of these pieces of furniture. And in fact, if you go to the UK, you go to the US, Canada, all these places, you find Ghanaian people going to charity events where these strictly they buy these things for cheap. Ship them and then dump them here. And they sell them for top cities.
They go to thrift shops and all those things, just buy everything.
Exactly.
Ship it and come and sell at inflated prices.
Sometimes there are products that have been discarded. So
there are people who go into.
So we are sick of
Look, I know people who their job is to go to apartments that are being renovated. Or ask the landlords, okay, you want, because it takes some money to go and
get rid of them.
Get rid of these things. So their job, they have their vans that they collect them straight to their warehouses, and then straight they are shipping them to Accra. Exactly. If there's some repair to be done, they do some of these and then they bring. Now, in appropriate cases, you expect government to say that, look, yes, this may be providing some jobs. But in the long term,
it will kill our industry.
It has killed the business of what? Achu and the Mensa people.
Achu is there, but Mensa is out of business. Mensa is out of business.
Because, as I said previously, these were the guys who were doing all the wardrobes, the furniture,
room dividers,
all of these things that we were using in our homes. Yes, you still have people who are doing the stuffing chairs because that's the one in Invoke now. Upholstery and all of these things. But the fact is, if you look at the amount of foreign chairs that are coming in the form of used chairs that we are consuming and we are buying left, right, and center.
You don't even know what is in the sofa like that. So,
Charlie, you
don't know what has been done on it.
Charlie,
the one that bothers me a lot. Charlie, the second-hand mattresses.
Charlie.
Yeah, people are buying second-hand mattress. Do you know what has happened on the bed?
No, but also, it's not just about that too. It's choice.
When we make decisions based on money,
it's also choice.
then we throw away our dignity. Do you get it? But there are local and like Achu, Tekura is there. We're doing all of these things, wardrobes, what have you. You can negotiate and get a good price. You said that if Achu gives you 3,500 and you talk to him, he can reduce it. So in some of our purchases, and that's why this is Ghana is important. You also have to consider your dignity and the dignity of your country as well in making some of these points.
And
I like the point about dignity, but do the people realize that there's lack of dignity around buying, for instance, second mattress?
Because the sole focus is on the cost.
Mattress,
I mean, look, you can just imagine all the things that would have possibly been done on that mattress. You understand?
If you put it on ultraviolet light,
what are you going to find?
The hygiene condition. Let's not go anywhere.
No, because it's a serious matter. And you see, if the state is really living up to its responsibility, it will ask itself, how much can happen to the output of ash foam, latex foam, if, for instance, we ban the importation of these things and then cause them to scale up so that the cost of production
is reduced
and which would impact positively
the selling price.
Yes, people who were hitherto in importing these things, then they can have proper shops where they will be retailing or selling these things on using wholesale prices. But we don't think of that. What we think of is, if we touch this industry, people will not be happy. Yes, I understand that some people have made
revenue from the port to be affected.
But you see, governments have to be bold to tackle these areas if we really want to increase our industrial output. Because you can't invite people from elsewhere to invest in the economy and be producing things here. I mean, if you walk into Ashford today, you should be able to find decent, affordable prices in some cases for the mattresses they sell. The same for, latex foam. And there are other people in the market who are producing all kinds of things.
The interesting twist is when you visit the residences of ambassadors from other countries in Ghana, you see more of our cane furniture with our fabric as the cushion and all of that. You will see that in most of their residences, from their porch to in there and all of that. But we are importing used or salvaged furniture from elsewhere, and that's also becoming a fashion statement in some homes, that the more foreign it is, then the more wealthy the household or something.
You know what even caught my attention? It's interesting you mentioned the cane, because the cane industry was really doing well, and I thought it would be one that we would actually be able to push at least in the sub-region, if not to Europe or the West, but at least on the continent, because they were everywhere. If you recall, some time back, the people were making the cane chairs. Everybody had a cane chair at home. Growing up, I had a cane chair. I'm sure you had a cane chair. I'm sure you had a cane chair. I'm sure your mother or father had a cane chair. Abiku's mother or father had a cane chair somewhere. But they've been replaced by the plastic looking cane chair. And those things cost 3 or 4 times. Look, if you go to the second-hand place we're talking about, the imported cane chair.
No, the cane chair. There's a plastic version.
Yes.
As well as the raffia, the ones.
Yes, those are the ones that are popular now. A lot of people are buying the
plastic version.
The plastic looking.
Put them under their pegos.
Yeah.
Because
or by their poolside.
Right.
Yes.
I see.
The plastic looking cane chair. They prefer that one. And those things are like a 2 set, like I said. I saw one on Friday and I did inquire. Yeah, it was 8,000.
No, even that one is even
2 sets and a table with the table was also made of the plastic with
some glass on it.
But if you ordered that from even
Cantonments,
Osu,
thereabout, yes.
Area.
It's like 3,500, some are 1,500, 2,000.
You will get that thing for 2,000 of extremely good quality. They can, if you tell them the design you want, they will make it for you. But I don't know why we are suddenly very infatuated with the fake.
Because we
plastic
think the plastic
over the
will
original.
last longer. That's the mindset. We think the plastic will last longer.
But it's not even as comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain bounce on the original plastic chair. There's a certain bounce.
Girlfriend, you have actually drawn my attention because then I have seen the plastic cane version you're talking about.
Plenty.
It didn't occur to me they had imitated our cane and then just made a plastic version out of it.
A lot of our listeners are guilty. A lot of you have plastic cane.
Go and throw it away. Go and throw it away.
Throw your plastic.
Throw it away.
Please, if you are listening to us, this one is true.
Throw it away.
If you've bought a plastic cane chair,
yes.
We can't be is it plastic cane? Because a plastic chair that looks like a cane chair. Go and throw it away. Go and buy the original that we make here. You will find companies like that at This Is Ghana. You will find tekura there. You will find cocoa butter. You will find cocoa paste.
Everything.
Canned fish.
My God.
Tuna.
Kalami is there.
Clothes, batik.
Everything.
Look, even with the we used to have like they used to make these clothes, the certain designs out of the batik. You know that you would only get here. These days we are bringing it. They are bringing it. And we are buying.
Akoto, let me go back to Kakra's Chakura. You know, again, in those days, it was a huge deal walking into an African's home and finding these beautiful art pieces from Benin, from the Kumasi areas of this world, carvings that define the African home, right? But you see, it would seem that first of all, there came a time that people were blaming all kinds of problems in homes on some of these marks, right? Some have watched all kinds of movies and
it's always how it's depicted.
So they hide evil spirits and all of that.
We've demonized our
meanwhile, the person who brought what do you call it? These our religion to us that we practice these days.
I mean, what is wrong with that?
If you walk into their private collections,
they have hours in their homes.
Exactly.
In their homes which they worship.
In their museums.
In their museum, people go there to pay money. They stole them from Benin, all of these areas, Nigeria, right here in Accra, and they've taken them to their country.
They are demonic.
And we think that these things are demonic.
Yeah, sorry.
You understand? So the people who were carving these beautiful marks that you see, look, what do we buy these days? You go into these big shops, they are importing Chinese made
inferior quality
of all kinds of things, and they are producing, majority of that we produce ours uniquely, right? Every piece is unique in its own way.
What is worse is that there's the sawdust when you work on wood, the sawdust. Okay, they are put together, a binding material is added, and they are used to make plywood, and that's not good quality, and they're being used to make furniture and all kinds of things, offering cheap prices, but they are not quality wood.
So you see, there's so much that can happen if we turn to what we produce locally.
But this is tragical. We have all the timber here. We are buying cheap things made of sawdust that's put together with glue. And buying second-hand mattress. Second-hand mattress.
I mean, look at it.
No, you have to come to This Is Ghana. We have to find a solution to the second-hand mattress. That one is worrying me.
Yeah,
and they are doing the things they should be doing.
We'll go for
let's be dignified.
Yes, we'll go for a very quick break.
Stop the second-hand sofa and the second-hand mattress.
You have to stop it, yes. We will be back.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
The luckiest, luck is everywhere for everyone.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community could win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, kudos, Semenyo, Inyaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. GoTV. Love it.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
2 minutes to the top of the hour. When it comes to business trips, you need to travel. You need travel that fits around your schedule. Fly Emirates to Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Hangzhou, and hey, girlfriend, this one you have to meet Shenzhen. Is that it?
Shenzhen.
Shenzhen. Yeah, do Shenzhen. And everywhere you have to go to in Chinese mainland with the convenience of daily flights from Accra via Dubai. On board, you can relax in comfort with world-class hospitality, explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment, stay connected with Wi-Fi, which is free, get more from business travel with Emirates, your gateway to the Chinese mainland. Fly Emirates, fly better. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, please discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today, available at a local store near you. Please call 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. And the KGL Group, in partnership with Parliament, is presenting to you the second edition of the Democracy Cup. KGL Democracy Cup 2025 University of Ghana Legon Stadium is where it's happening on the 5th. We'll have the Judiciary and Parliament participate in one. And then, of course, Accra Hearts of Folk and the city rival Great Olympics will have theirs later at 6 p.m. 20 Ghana cedis regular, 200 cedis VIP. 0206 066 833. KGL Group Democracy Cup, One Nation, One Vision.
Just a quick one here. So, my good friend Yawatiglo, Dr. Yawatiglo of the Regionalism for Population Studies, he was listening earlier. He says, please put Greater Accra's lead in water and sanitation in perspective. Indicators of sanitation would usually include access to improved water and toilet facilities and disposal of liquid solid waste at the household level. It does not include general layman definition of environmental cleanliness, that is filth, clogged drains, etc. And then, you just did the...
Football?
No, the one on Shenzhen.
Yes, Shenzhen.
There's a flight
Emirates,
to there. And you see,
Mainland
based on the
China.
conversation that we have, do you know why you would want to go to Shenzhen?
Tell me. Buying things.
It's a production hub. It's the electronics production hub of China. All the phones, everything that you see,
Shenzhen.
that is where it's
So
made.
why don't we make the Volta region the production hub for furniture? Because we have the Achus of this world, the Chase of this world.
So that people will fly directly there.
To there. We
And
make
then
use of the whole airport. Kumasi, you make it the gold hub.
And Kente and things.
All
craftsmanship, everything.
City 97.3 FM business. Go and buy the bouncy cane chair.
But remember, this is Ghana.
Yes.
And those of you who have not paid,
Yes.
please pay up.
Yes.
And let's make it happen.
0205 973 973 if you haven't paid yet. And the sponsors for this year's This is Ghana, MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consort, Ghana Enterprise Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and FVV Rice, supported by Trillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technology. Ajubi Rafia Kenton is here. My name is Caleb Kuda. Ajubi, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, National Peace Council.